Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I here?
I can hear you.
Okay. Um, okay. I didn't realize that taking a few days off, I would forget to add myself to my own stream.
Oh my goodness.
I'm such a weirdo. I'm such a weirdo. Oh Lord.
How
I'm
are you
still getting,
today?
I'm okay. I'm still getting back into the full swing of taking a couple months off.
Thank you so much for asking me to join you on this stream today.
No problem. Thanks for accepting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, everyone in chat. I hope everyone's having a beautiful, beautiful Sunday.
And welcome back, everybody. I needed some much time off after the long, long streams that I've had.
It's been a wild week, hasn't it?
It has. I put the old ones away. Now we're back to the new ones. And really, the reason I haven't been covering Sebastian Rogers is because, one, I don't do true crime. I really don't. I just call out the bad behavior. I just can't do true crime. It hurts my soul. But Duchess here, she's a true rock star in the true crime community.
Oh, I appreciate you saying that. I'm just trying to be a voice for the voiceless and, try to stand up for the families of the lost, stolen, missing, and murdered people in this community. And I think their stories deserve to be told with dignity and respect. And I'm just I'm just one of many good people in this community that are just trying to get out the factual information. I think it's so important that we don't spread lies and misinformation or attack the family without having, I mean, not that we should be attacking the family anyway. Listen, we don't know if these families have anything to do with what's going on, and who are we to pass judgment on them and dig into their lives and spread lies and misinformation. My channel is a safe space for families that want to get out information about their missing loved one, whether they're a child or an adult. They can come and share factual information because people do want to hear from the family, to make sure they're getting the most accurate information that can help bring their loved one home. And that's pretty much what my platform is about.
Exactly. And I've been watching Dutchie for a while. I just hide in the bushes mostly. Because really, I don't know what to say. But what really moves me is when she puts out the missing posters. That's what moves me the most, because there's so many missing persons out there, missing children, that people don't even cover them. Not a lot. Why? Well, I'll say it. Because they're not worthy. They're not worthy of the money. They're not bringing in the money. And I say that because the tragedy pimps, they don't do that. They'll pick and choose which one's going to bring in the money. Am I biased by saying that? Probably. But it's what I've been seeing over the last 3 years I've been over here. And it's what I cover. Tragedy pimps that exploit missing. So,
And
you
channels
got
like myself, we appreciate what you guys are doing, because that's not something that I do on my channel. If someone speaks about me, I might address it, but I really don't want to have issues. I don't want to bring that type of drama and things to my channel, um, because I feel like that people can't really take somebody serious who is just going to spew vile things about other people on their channel. If I have to take a situation to task, I will, but I don't wanna have to do that because it takes the focus off of finding the missing. I don't go out and seek these people out and say, "Hey, you wanna come on my live stream?" Most of the people that I cover their cases, it's because they reach out to me and say, "Hey, someone recommended that, I could come and talk on your channel because I wanna get out information about my missing loved one. Would you be willing to, help me? Can you make a flyer for my missing loved one? Or I have somebody in my community that's missing." Most of the time, that's why I do that, and because of my members, I can make those flyers at no charge to them, and, um, it's just a way to pay it forward in this community to help somebody else out.
and I appreciate all that you do for this community.
It's my pleasure.
Now, if you guys are not subbed up to Duchess, please go sub up. She does have a live stream today. Hi,
It's
Chris.
Yep, at 8 PM tonight, we're gonna do the T-shirt giveaway. I did have somebody else that wanted to send me a Cash App to give some more free shirts away. So, please do, if you're able to come by, you can possibly win a Sebastian shirt, and we want to give some of those away so that we can keep Sebastian's face and information out there. And we're also going to be renewing the billboards, for Sebastian. Katie and Chris are going to be, selecting some new locations, and we're going to talk about that tonight and hopefully get a new campaign going to keep his face out there because this young man needs to come home as soon as possible.
Very much so. Because, look, everybody knows that the focus has been taken off of Sebastian. Everybody's losing focus on him. What about him? Why isn't the focus on him anymore? Why? Because everybody's so worried about this, that, and the other. It's just crazy. Hey, Tajak. I mean, isn't he more important? Leave the family alone. Leave him alone. Stop making up stories and all bullshit.
It's not helping Sebastian, that's for sure.
No, it's not. It's not helping. It's not doing anything. It's not doing any. I mean, you got creators out there making up bullshit. I mean, I'm gonna say it right now. You got a creator out there worrying about someone's. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be blunt about it. You got a creator who's talking about his dick size. Really? And we're talking about the stepfather.
Mm.
Really? What does the guy's penis size have to do with the fact that a 15-year-old's missing? Being that that's a stepson. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, we're gonna go over that too. And then you got one that's talking about a pressure washer and being sprayed with it. We're gonna go over that too. These are stories that have never been proven. These are stories being cooked up by other creators, so-called neighbors. It's all bullshit. Where's the research? Where is it? There is none. And that's what I don't like about true crime creators that do this kind of shit. They don't do the proper research. They base their research off Facebook groups, Reddit. I've always called Reddit the devil. I've had a couple of Reddit groups shut down in my time. I sure have. I'm not afraid to admit it. I've had several Facebook groups shut down in my time, not afraid to admit it, which is why I have been banned from Facebook groups. They just lifted it. I can go on the Facebook groups now, but I don't. I'm part of one Facebook group, that is it. But Facebook groups are not your only source of information. There's a lot of misinformation that goes through those Facebook groups. You have to be very careful about what people put in those Facebook groups and what you put out on the internet. You have to look up a lot of stuff to put out on the internet. We're talking research. You have to look through TBI, all these websites. But do they do that? No, they don't. But they just spew out bullshit, misinformation, stuff that are not even fact checked. They go by what their chat tells them. Oh, this person said that, so I'm going to run with that. Oh, this person just said this, so I'm going to run with that. It doesn't matter if you got to like let me take Chris for instance. I've known Chris for a better part of a year. If she came into my chat and told me that Duchess said something about me, I'm gonna go straight to Duchess. I'm not gonna take what she told me and run with it. I'm gonna go straight to Duchess and talk to her about if she said this about me.
I
That's
feel
what
like that's
people
the
do.
best way to handle it. I mean, if I have an issue with somebody, or even if I have difference of opinion, what the way I handle things on my channel may not be the way people, handle things on their channel, but it's their channel. They can do what they want. If I don't agree with what people are doing on their channel, I don't it's not an airport. I'm not gonna announce my departure. I'm just not going to be there to support it. And that's my right. And if people don't want to be there to support me because they don't like what I'm doing, people can always reach out to me and talk to me. I mean, I am not a monster or anything like that. Like if there's an issue, you can always email me. If you're on Discord, you can always send me a message. I prefer just to talk it out because a lot of times once you talk it out, then you can kind of see each person's side of the situation because that's where you're going to find the truth. But yeah, what I don't like is when you think that you are supporting another creator, you're a mod for them, or you're a member of their channel, and something happens and you don't go to that person, but instead you decide to make a live stream and talk shit about them. I don't see how that is. How can anybody respect you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I will always just come to people. If I have questions, I'll just ask. And I want people to give me the same respect as well. I'm not gonna if I have questions about something that somebody tells me, either I'm gonna let it roll off my back, and if it's an issue that I need to
Yeah,
know about, then I'm just gonna ask you, and I'm not gonna attack you either. I'm probably just gonna say, "Hey, this is what somebody told me, and if we have a problem, like, I need you to talk to me about it." But I
okay.
just don't think there's that level of respect with people on the internet. There's just a bunch of keyboard warriors out here that are looking to hate bond with other people and hurt people hurt people. So I just have to walk away from these toxic situations because I think each of us can only take so much.
Very true. I prefer just to sit back and watch. I'll call it out if I see fit.
Right.
Usually I don't go into the chat and call them out. I'll just timestamp it, record it, because they usually, when you pull up their stream, they just put it on private because they don't want you to review it. So, you know what? That's all right. I'll find another way to play it. Because, see, the proof is out there and I'll have the proof. So, hey, doohickey, honey. So, it doesn't matter either way. I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to play your words and I'm still going to react to the bullshit you throw out there. And it doesn't matter if it's a true crime case or if it's threats made against another creator, I'm still going to throw it out there. I'm still going to react to it. Whether I'm going to pop a live button or react to it and upload it as a video or clip it. Either way, it's going to be done no matter what.
And you do such a wonderful job. And I just want to say thank you for speaking out. That's just not what my channel is about.
I
So
know.
it really takes a village of people like you and other creators that do the same thing to expose what's going on about these cases because just because you don't talk about the true crime cases, you guys understand
Hmm.
the importance and understand that what's right and what's wrong. And it's important to shine a light on those things because otherwise people just move right along and it continues to happen and more of these families get tortured, dragged around. It's really sad, honestly. Um, and it really is shameful because then people like myself and Arctic Fox, um, Mind of Monsters, we have a lot of great creators that are doing really good things in this community, and we get lumped in or we get called, "Well, you're small. Your channels are small." Why would anybody wanna talk to you because you have small channels? The reason we have small channels is probably because we don't do the drama, and some people that's if I wanna watch drama, I'll just go to a drama channel.
Right.
I mean, and listen, you might see me in all kinds of chats. Because I'm a human being. I go where I wanna go, and I tell my subscribers, "If you wanna talk about cases, all I ask is that you be respectful, don't fight each other in the chat." Um, you know, I have my rules on my channel, and people know how to act. And then I'll still see those people in other drama chats, where they can say the things that they wanna say, but they respect me, and that means a lot to me because I respect those people in return because they understand, like, this is just how I have to conduct things on my channel, but that doesn't mean that I don't go watch other things, and I know that they do too, and I respect them. I don't own them, I'm not their mother. You can go and watch and do whatever you want, but it's good to be educated about what's really going on out there on these social media platforms because you need to be really wise about what you're taking in and knowing who you're listening to and if it's really factual information. Because hurting these families is just hurting the person who's missing who doesn't even have a voice. And I really appreciate you um, for using your voice to support um, the people who are just trying to give these families the space they need to share their information. Because honestly, in my opinion, we couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you.
I appreciate that, and you're welcome. I mean, you got nonsense. You got Savage.
Yes,
Savage has been
wonderful.
doing. Yes, Savage is very, very wonderful.
Love Nonsense, love Savage. I appreciate all that they do. And some people may not like those creators, and to each their own. You don't have to like who I like. We can all like who we want to, but it doesn't take away from the fact that what they're doing is getting out information that people need to know. So,
Savage has been doing a wonderful job since I've been around her. Nonsense. I've been around her since the start, from the last one she was covering when she got here, and they're both wonderful. And I wouldn't want it any other way. I'll continue to follow them, and they're both amazing. Savage is hilarious, and she's straight to the point. No bullshit.
listen, I don't have a personal vendetta against people with their channels that they monetize. I think that there's a lot of work that goes into having a YouTube channel. It takes money to get on here and do a lot of the things that to support these streams, make these videos. I have no issue with people monetizing their channels. My issue is not with anybody personally, who they are as a person. My issue is what creators are putting out on their channels and the way that they are disparaging people in the cases or putting out lies and misinformation. It just makes me sad because some of these people I did used to support, and I don't have a personal issue necessarily with them. It's what they're doing on their channel, and I can't be there to support that, and I'm not going to do it because I think for myself. I'm not a follower. I'm going to do what I think is right, regardless of what my friends are doing. I'm always going to think for myself, and critical thinking is a big part of being in this community. If you can't think for yourself, but you got to run and follow what all your friends are doing, that could be a problematic situation. And I just want to encourage everyone that listens to this stream, um, do the research. If you don't know enough about the situation, I wouldn't get in the middle of it, because these streets are crazy out here. I'm just telling you. Don't get in the middle of it. Don't comment and say things that you don't know are actual facts. Know where you get your information. I just encourage everybody to do that. The jerks, they do a great job. I'm a member over there on their channel. I'm a member at Savage. I really enjoy her content. And on Nonsense, like, she is a wonderful friend. And of course, I'm a member here. If you're not a member of Earth's channel, you should definitely consider doing that. And that was so kind of you to give away memberships. Somebody told me that you can give away memberships if you're the owner of the channel, but I still haven't figured out how to do that. Is that really a thing?
Yeah. If
You're gonna
you
have to teach me because I need to do that but I don't know how.
Well, if you're on your laptop, just
Yeah.
open up a separate tab and go into your stream itself, and just be sure you hit mute so you don't have an echo. And then just go into the tab where it has the dollar sign and go into the gifted membership and click on that, and it'll tell you to, it'll just follow you through from there. You give away 10 free memberships every
Y'all,
month.
I've had a channel for 3 years and I learned something every day. I also learned that if I mash too many buttons, I will remove myself from my stream and send myself to the moon. And it's happened a couple of times recently.
I've done that plenty of times.
Yes.
Just like this
So
morning, right before I'm sitting here talking about myself, asking if anybody heard me. I didn't even add myself to the screen.
I've done it. I get over here mashing buttons, and then I'm like, "Wait a minute, what did I do?" Like, one time I ended my whole live because I'm mashing buttons. I'm gonna make a shirt that says that for my merch store. Just mashing buttons and going to the moon.
I like
So,
that.
well, thank you for telling me, because now I know, and I'll have to give away some memberships too.
There you go. Because see, I'm a
Appreciate
member
you.
over there.
I know you are, and I really
I just
appreciate
renewed
it.
it. No problem. I just renewed it.
I
I've had a
appreciate
lot of my stuff lapse, and then I have to go and renew it.
Yeah, I just recently had to get some new cards, and so I had to, like, re-up everything because my card expired, and I had to get all that new information on there. So what are you gonna start out with today? Because I feel like I need to get prepared and put on my seatbelt.
Mm, crime lines and lies.
Mm.
Because, girl, you up next. You're on my shit list now. You should have been on my shit list the moment you went up on Purple Phoenix's panel and flirted with the prime suspect in another missing child case. And I do call it flirting because that's how I saw it and that's how I interpret it. And yeah, girl, you've done way too much. So you're up. We're keeping an eye on you because even though I recorded this, I was still watching some of your streams and damn, you are highly annoying. I had to put you on ×2 speed just to watch you. Hey, TJ. And yes, the jerks, they're all right. They're all right. No, I'm just joking. I love the jerks. They're awesome. All right, here we go. Oh, what am I doing? See, I'm pushing buttons now. Thank you, Duchess. Thank you. Now you got me pushing buttons.
It's a thing. That's the kind of week I've had. It's just
Duchess over here talking about pushing buttons and going to the moon. I'm starting here pushing buttons, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
if we end up on the moon, just tell them it was my fault. Just put it on me.
Well, I'm not Earth anymore, so we won't be going to the Earth.
We'll be going to the Earth.
Yo, that's my name now. All right, guys. Prepare yourself because I did a little bit of checking because see this one here likes to talk about a pressure washer that Chris Prophet sprayed Sebastian with a pressure wash. We're going to look at those definitions because you know what? Do you know how much trouble Chris Prophet would be in if he sprayed this young man with a pressure washer? A lot of trouble. And apparently this ditz right here does not know what a pressure washer can do when it comes in contact with the human skin and what injuries it could leave. How about that? See, it's called research, which this one here never did. She just threw it with the mouth. Now, there's going to be a couple of words here that really piss me off. I'm going to have to mute myself for this one because I will call up and say something. I don't want to, so yeah, can someone put an advanced trigger warning in the chat for me, please? One of my mods, because yeah, real quick, I'm gonna have to go put this on 18 plus real quick before we start because of the usage of the words. Otherwise, they're gonna restrict this. Real quick, 2 seconds. All right, there we go. All done. All right, here we go. Thanks, Wendy. All right, here we go.
Woo, girlfriend, we had a busy day yesterday, did we not?
Yes, we did. Hey guys, I'm so happy to be here with you, Brooks.
Yep. DT driver said, yay, Chloe's here. He gets sick of hearing my voice all the time. All right, so I did get a sneak peek to the members. We're going to go through it today. Let's go through some of our conversation we had with.
Now, supposedly, what is going to be played is a supposed neighbor has not been checked out. I wonder why. Oh, it's because Brooks here doesn't do research. She don't do research. That's what happens with some of these true crime creators. They don't do research. That's why it's always best to do research. Research is key. Key. That's why I don't usually cover true crime cases. I just call the people out that do cover them. I'm all about research. I'm all about proving these people wrong. So let's prove this one wrong.
Well, a couple of the neighbors yesterday. What struck
Mm.
you as the most disturbing? One neighbor we talked to has lived there for 13 years. He said the Proud Feets have been there for 2 years and doesn't seem to have any love loss for no-ass Chris Proudfoot. So
Hey, Frank.
what really bothered you about what we were told?
Well, the first thing was the way that Sebastian was treated, that was seen outside the house, and things that we were told, like being sprayed with a pressure washer till he had a meltdown. I thought
Okay. Can someone tell me what would happen if a pressure washer got in contact with the human skin? What would happen?
I mean, I have accidentally ran the pressure washer across my foot with my shoe on, and it cut my foot. And it took quite a few weeks for that to heal up. And that was an accident. And I had my shoe on. So I can't, I mean, and I know it has different settings, and it would depend on, Ava, depend on the distance. But that would hurt. I can't imagine that it wouldn't leave marks, right?
Yeah, it could. You would also have to seek medical attention. Even at high velocity or at low velocity, you still should seek medical attention. It is required. Now, it could rip your skin if it's in close contact. Well, we're going to go over some of them because I did pull some of the stuff it could do to you. And there's going to be articles that I will drop in the link that you guys can go check out. And it's a good thing to read on it just in case something like that happens to any one of you that even comes in contact with a pressure washer. And in case something like that does happen to you, if you're using one. I mean, look at the places like car washes. I'm assuming that some of them have come in contact with them a time or two. I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So, but this one here, does she even pull a screenshot of what it can do? No.
that was awful.
And let's elaborate on that.
Okay.
Because I mean, not everybody was on the phone call.
Yes.
Chris Proudfeet was outside and he had a pressure washer and he was spraying down the fifth wheel. Sebastian came outside, I guess, wanting to do outside things. And he started screaming at him, cussing him out, and he hosed him down with the pressure washer.
Are you sure about that?
Now, I don't know about you guys, but those things hurt. We use them to clean off the house. We have to turn it down to low just to wash a car because they'll take the paint off of a car. All right, go ahead, Chloe. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. So that scenario right there really, really bugged me. The fact that a couple of the questions that I asked, I don't know, because you asked so many questions, but like the fact was Chris Proudfoot really gone that whole month? Like he says he was. And he said, and we were told no.
Are you sure about that, Chloe J? Aren't you a mod for Susan Bennett, Chloe J? Because I think you are. I thought I saw you in her chat last night. Girl, all right. You know what? Let's pull it up. Girl, I'm getting sick of your asses right now. You guys are pissing me off already. I don't even know you guys. All right, this is what a pressure washer can do to you. Pressure washers can cause serious injuries to the human body due to their high pressure spray. Although the wounds may initially appear minor, they can have significant consequences. Here are some, let me take down my banner. Okay, I lost my spot. Okay, here are some potential dangers of pressure washer injuries. 1, soft tissue damage. That's what it can do. Infection risk. No, that's what one can do. And I'm not going to read the whole entire thing, but it'll be up there. See, Brooks, this is all you had to do. But did you? No. You just went off based by rumors, kind of like what Brittany J did. delayed treatment, projectile hazards, seek medical attention promptly. 2, assess the extent of damage and prevent complications. Now, that's just one. Don't you think for someone who got sprayed with a pressure washer, he would be sent to the hospital? Don't you think there'd be medical records to prove that? I think so. But was there? No. But continue on with your bullshit there, Brooks. Please.
And that was a big question for me too, because that's something I've never really believed or knew if I believed. He only spoke about Sebastian as Katie's son. He never called him his son to anyone else, or even his stepson. And we've heard how he speaks about him as he's my son, you know, like those sort of things. Just kind of debunking a lot of what confirming a lot of the behavior and actions we've seen by Chris Prophet, and then debunking some of the things that we've all known were lies.
All right, let me ask you guys in the chat. Now, I've got step siblings and I've got half siblings. I don't consider them step or half siblings. They are my siblings. I don't use the term step or half. They are my siblings. Now, do you guys in the chat, do you guys use that term step or half, or are they your siblings? I might be old fashioned, but I don't use those terms. Never have. Do you, Duchess? Does the
No.
step or half mean anything? Because it doesn't to me.
No.
Hey, Monchichi. Yeah, there's nothing different. I don't see any problem with it, but seems like these creators, they have a problem with that. I mean, don't get me started on Web Sleuth's stream. Don't even get me started on that one. That was a shit show from the start. And I used to have some mad respect for them. Not after that night. So yes, it does not matter. Step sibling, half sibling, does not matter. They are your sibling. So really, where's the problem? I don't see one.
Yeah.
Don't
I
you
don't
think?
either.
No. But they do.
Well, because, oh no, you're exactly right. Because he's only trying to convince people now because Sebastian is missing, and there's a lot to go through. Now we've had
Wow.
3 different neighbors. We had a long conversation with one yesterday that said no. Normally he would cut out of work early on Thursday and then leave out either Sunday night or early Monday morning. And the pressure washer thing happened in February. My question is, and don't get me wrong, some people say, well, February is too cold. You have a lot of nice temperatures in February. It's like a baby spring. Anyway, why that one weekend was Mr. Proudfeet away?
Right.
Bitch. His name is Proudfoot. I went through the same shit with Brittany J. Because she couldn't pronounce his name. Although it wasn't a matter of pronunciation. When it came to his name, they were actually making fun of his name. But you flip-flop between Proudfoot and Proudfeet. So you continued on with Proudfeet. Now you're just making fun of the man's name because y'all don't like him, because you think he has an attitude problem. All right, look, he does have an attitude problem. I don't blame the man because, you know, he's been accused of everything under the sun. Oh, well, I would too. If I was being accused of this, that, and the other, being accused of everything under the fucking sun. But you know what? You would be too there, Brooks. You would be pissed the fuck off if you were being accused of everything under the fucking sun. Everybody in your chat would be pissed if they were being accused under the fucking sun of everything. My chat would be too. Everybody would be. But you are just flat out making fun of the man now. But we're just getting to the good part. And like I said, guys, I apologize. There's going to be a couple of harsh words that this one here likes to make. and it just rolls right off the tongue, and it's disgusting. And I'm under the impression, and it's my speculation only, that this ain't the first time. It's not going to be the last time that this one says these words.
And why lie about it and say that you've been away for a month, which has made us all suspicious of that in the first place?
Yeah. Why was Seth alienated for a month?
Exactly.
How do you know that?
Okay.
Because he said it?
It was said by one of the neighbors that Chris Proudfoot, when asked about Sebastian, of course, we know that he would kind of pick on him. I'll put it that way. He said at school, they call him Mr. Piss Pants. That's the reason Sebastian wore a pull-up. When one neighbor was asking about Sebastian.
Has that ever been proven, Brooks? That he was called Mr. Piss Pants? Was that ever proven? Have you shown any?
Can I
honey.
interject here real quick?
Go ahead, hon.
Oh my gosh. Hey, wee frosty, you walk. Okay.
Hey, we.
First of all, I just want to say that Katie was very upset when she heard all of this right here, because none of this ever happened per her. And this was not a conversation that I had with her and Chris. It was just me and her. And she was mortified that these people that there would be somebody that would come on and call into the show to say all of this. She goes, well, don't you think if they had all of this information, they would have just told TBI when they came to get their footage? And I was like, well, that would make sense, right? And she said, well, obviously they didn't. You know why? Because it's not true. And she said, this stuff makes me so angry.
You and me both. I've had to listen to this twice.
And I just got a text from her, and she said, I know most of my neighbors that are all around me. And I had asked her, I said, do you know anybody that has like a New York accent, an accent from up north, when you listen to that? And she said, no. She goes, I have no idea who that person is. She goes, this is so bizarre to me. And I know these people are like, all the neighbors are against them. That is not true either. Yes, there's like one neighbor that lives not even right next to their house that has been in chats that I don't know. They've handled that situation. Okay. Just listen. I don't know why some of these people are strange, but a lot of these people are talking to them still. Like there's no issue. They don't have any idea who this person is. It's just, where's your proof this is the neighbor? I want to know. Message me, send me an email and tell me this person's name. I want you to prove it to me. Period.
Yeah, where is it? Because okay, hold on 1 second.
And there is somebody in the chat I need to just say something to.
Go ahead.
We're all mad here. Like, what is the problem?
I was just going to address that too.
Okay, she can have her opinion, but what she doesn't need to do is put out information that is not factual. Because, first of all, these people have to go on with their lives once Sebastian comes home. And if they're not guilty of anything, this is going to affect them for the rest of their life. And who is screwing Chris? Are you kidding me right now?
I was going to address that because I've been watching you in the chat. Now, look, I've had just about enough after you put that comment. Now
That is
listen,
some bullshit. I'm sorry, but
it
like,
is.
who the fuck do these people think they are? I just
Yeah,
good.
because I've had just about enough. Now, look, you might be new here. That's fine. But when you put shit like that in my chat,
What's it to you? What's it to you? If you don't like it, then you can always leave. This is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. The facts matter. You're trash. You are straight trash. Period.
yeah, I got it. You can go.
I'm irritated.
We
I'm
ain't gonna have
sorry.
this. It's all right. We're not gonna have that here. You're not gonna attack
just,
any of my
oh my
panel guests
God.
or people in my
Do
chat.
not come to my live tonight because you'll be blocked. Because I will not put up with that disrespect on my channel. Period.
Hey, Tia, honey. Have a good night, babe. Yeah, you are not gonna have that shit in my chat. 'Cause I've been watching since you've been coming in here. You've done nothing but disrespect.
This isn't
Now,
normal Dutchy. This is Dutchy 2.0 because after this week, I'm mortified that these people, it just, when you think it can't get worse, it gets worse. I'm like, I just want to see, I want to see the proof and receipts. Like, I'm here for Sebastian, but listen, if you, these people that want to say things about Seth, like, you don't see me out here saying all of these things about Seth. Listen, I have my opinions about a lot of things, but is that helping to find Sebastian? No. Do I have to side eye a lot of things? Yes. Because I can't make it make sense. There's a lot, and nobody is calling any of that stuff out, but you want to attack them. Okay. I'm going to go take a deep breath.
she's gone.
I love you so much.
All right, babe. I got her. You're out. Go. All right. She's gone for good. You ain't gonna come in here and disrespect people. That comment that you said about the whole sleeping with Chris thing, that was the last straw. Don't think I haven't been watching you in my fucking chat. You don't come in here and disrespect people when we're just 3 minutes into the video. Okay? Watch and learn. Got it? You want to go watch? Why don't you just go watch that one over there? See if she shows any proof, because she ain't gonna be showing none. I guarantee you.
He said that's Katie's retard.
Oh, fuck.
Now
That never
Yeah.
happened.
No. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, no parent's gonna say that to their child. No, Jeannie, honey, you didn't do anything wrong. You're okay, baby. You're okay. You stay here. Not
Jenny,
you, honey.
you're good. Jenny,
Yeah,
you're good. I'm irritated. There's a lot going on. I have JLR is in my neighborhood.
God. Let that sink in, guys. Let that sink in.
So,
oh my God.
and I'm probably going to have to see him at 3:00 when I go to Micah Miller's memorial, and he's probably going to be there. So everybody pray for me, please. I got to reel myself back in.
Pray for Dutchy. Pray for the prayer hands, and let's put some prayer hands in the chat for Dutchy. Hey, LFT, honey. Hey, AMAC. Hey, everybody coming in. Yes. You're right, Lee. That word that's why I'm saying, and this is just my speculation, my opinion only, that, excuse me, that word rolls right off her tongue. And I'm under the impression that she says this word all the time when she talks about cases such as this, or any case for that matter. It just rolls. Now, there's another word she's going to come up with. Oh, Lord, I'm going to have to conduct myself with this one. So there's trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning.
really upset me.
Yeah, me too. I mean, how disrespectful and disgusting to speak like that. It breaks.
How disrespectful to even say that word. For one, you could have just dumbed it down and just said, you could have just shortened it Take the R out. That's it. That's all you have to do. Or simply just don't say it at all. You know what you could have said? The proper word, special needs. That's all you had to say. Because that's the proper term. Special needs. Duh. Hello. Think about it.
I can't agree with you more. I think I'm just getting like really emotional because I already know what's this conversation. I was on like 200 when I first heard it because I was just super disappointed that it was handled in the way that it was handled. And no, listen, you don't have to put his name out publicly. But don't you think that if somebody knew all of this information, that when it happened, that it should have been reported to the police? I mean, raise your hand. Because if I saw something like that, I would think that it needed to be reported then. Not I'm going to sit on it for X amount of time and not report it until something happens to the kid and then wait 2 more months and then call into YouTube and tell somebody about it. I
Exactly.
cannot. I just cannot. It just
know.
oh. Stop it.
But don't worry, Brooke, like you and Trev Time and Brittany J, you got creators like me, Nonsense, Savage, Traders, because Trader's been doing a bang up job too. You got people like us watching, all of you. All of you. I don't give a fuck how big your channel is, how many subs you've got compared to me. I don't give a fuck. I ain't about numbers, okay? I'm not. What I'm about is calling people like you out. So are the others that I just named off because of the bullshit that you put out on a daily basis. When it comes to crime cases, Brittany J, you don't even want me getting started on you too, because I'll get you talking about me as well. And I can be a hell of a lot more ruthless and mean than Nonsense can. Because I don't play around when it comes to missing children. And when there's misinformation being spread about them or their families, because you are not FBI, TBI, Secret Service. You're not any of that, okay? You're going to put out information. If you're going to put out the information, put out the correct information. You've got fingers. Put them to your keys on your keyboard and look up the proper information. Quit relying on Reddit and Facebook groups, for fuck's sake. And Brittany, I know you look up Facebook groups and you go by what people post in there because you pull it up on your computer screen. I don't want to count how, I don't even want to admit how many times I have counted you pulling up Facebook groups and reading them. I can just give you an exact number that I've seen in the last couple of days, at least 7. And you've gone by what people have posted in there. Oh, this person said this. Oh, yeah, this person put this. Really? You want to go by that? You put my computer to work. Now I'm going to have to give my computer a really good cleanse because of you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Breaks my heart.
And I don't believe for a minute that the neighbors are making it up. And it's 10 times worse than we even thought. Sebastian likes to eat things like sushi, tofu, things like that. And so
do other people.
Time, now mind you, Chris Proudfoot was never invited. Well, he was once, okay?
Yes.
To a neighborhood picnic. Let's talk about that, Chloe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Please do, because I like to hear this. I really do. I want to hear this.
We should definitely explain that. So Chris Proudfoot was disliked by the neighbors so much to the point where when they had neighborhood cookouts and stuff, they did not invite him. He was only invited one time. And he was aggressive and not nice to anybody. So nobody wanted him around. And
you sure about that? How would you know that? This come from the interview that you guys are about to have? Well, actually, you guys had, but you're going to play the recording. Are you sure about that? Was there any footage? Because I can guarantee you, judging by the neighborhood, and this is me watching Dolly. Ugh, God. Yes, I did. I watched Dolly. I was clipping him at that time. And he was walking the neighborhood, looking at the houses. I'm pretty damn sure there were cameras out there. So, did you guys see any footage of Chris Proudfoot yelling at neighbors, screaming at them, cussing at them? Did you see any footage of that? I seriously doubt that. But continue on, please.
And then, yeah, you tell him what he said about Sebastian. It's horrible.
He even said to one of the neighbors when Child Protective Services was, coming around, he said to Katie, where people could hear it, he goes or I go.
Mm-hmm.
No. Bullshit.
Katie said that never happened. That's what she told. This is what she's telling me. I'm just the messenger because I asked her, and I did ask her if I could say that, and she said yes. That he never said that. She doesn't know where this is coming from, but I don't know.
Brooks, you need to. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to the January 24th one here soon, and yeah.
Their last visit, he said this marriage is not going to work out. Well, go figure. He hasn't.
I'm gonna speed this up. You're pissing me off.
Yeah, let's go.
Had a marriage
I'm
workout
going
yet?
to have to go at 2:30 because I've got to go to Micah's memorial.
No problem. honey.
So, is there anything particular that you want me to make sure that I'm here for? And then I'll catch the rest on replay whenever I get back.
I'm not going to use a specific word, but did he ever did Chris Proudfoot ever reference Sebastian as gay?
No.
Now I'm not. There you go. All right.
That's what I was told by Katie.
There you go. You guys heard it here. Now that's what Brooks is going to reference using air quotes. So you heard it here. That just said no. And that's not the correct term that she uses. She uses a different term. So there you go. Because I'm not going to say it. I refuse. But no, that's all. That's all I had to ask.
This is the wildest conversation I think just when you think it can't get worse, it does.
I know.
And, looking into all these people's backgrounds, putting out pictures of her family members, and their kids. Like, what is that? What is that accomplishing to finding Sebastian? Do y'all really not think that law enforcement hasn't spoken to all of those people? No matter what you have found about Chris's parents or Katie's parents or Seth's parents, do y'all not think that law enforcement doesn't know all about that? They know everything. They know everything that there is to know. And everything has been looked into.
Yeah.
See, it's the things that you don't know. Think critically about this. Katie's been very forthcoming with law enforcement. She's told them everything. You know why? Because she just wants her son to come home.
And it's just like any other missing persons, like the missing persons flyers that Duchess puts out in a video or a short. That's what the families want, or families, friends. That's what they want. They just want them to come home, not be exploited like this, not have stories made up like this, not have bullshit spread from platform to platform like this. If it were me, I wouldn't be up here. Nope. I'd be going through the proper channels to find my missing child. I wouldn't be using here. No, thank you. I'm good. Hey there, you woohoo.
Yeah, because I just texted her again to get the double confirmation. And she was like, no, absolutely not. So, um,
Hey, sexy whopping.
it's just,
It's ridiculous. It's all ridiculous.
it's
This should
already
not.
difficult what they're going through, you know. And I know people may not completely understand all the things, and they did not move to Memphis. I don't know why even the news can't get that right, but Chris is at work, y'all. He works in Memphis. They're not living there. They still own their house. It is not for sale. And she is just out there staying with him because she is a free citizen in the United States and she can do what she wants to do. And if she feels that's where she's safe, that's what she's doing. And everybody just needs to respect it.
Yeah,
I
what is
mean,
the problem with that? I mean, by the way, I'm sorry to cut you off, honey.
go
And
ahead.
what's the
No.
problem? What's the problem with that? What is the problem with Katie being out there with him? What's the problem with that? Y'all seem like that's a guilty conscience. I mean, you guys have everybody here has already got Chris and Katie already executed for this. I mean, what? Not meaning that way, but you guys are already they're already executed for this by your guys' standards as it is.
Yeah, we
Let
were
me just say,
talking about this yesterday, and one of the things that she messaged me, you know, I just check on her every day. I just send her a text and tell her that I hope that she's having a good day and ask her if there's been any news. You know, just to check in to see how she's doing, because I think it's important I can't imagine what she's going through. And she said, "Thank you. I'm just hearing about today's lines of BS." And I said, "Well, you know, I'm here if there's anything that you need." And she just told me, she said, "You know, I've noticed," and she said, "and it makes me mad that all these people speculating and making up horrendous lies, and not one of them is sharing anything about Sebastian, not his flyer or anything helpful. And if they do, then they just turn around and bash us. They're too busy making up awful lies and BS drama. And I wish Sebastian could come back to attention and that people would just help spread his face and his information and not lies, and they would stop attacking us." And I had asked her about the pressure washer situation, and you know, we had discussed this particular conversation, in fact. And she said that person is not a neighbor and none of that is even remotely true. She said it's another fake caller, just like this cousin. She said, "Can you imagine the pain and injury it would cause to spray someone with a pressure washer?" She said, "Those things can literally cut through stuff. And the fact that someone would think that my husband would do that to my son, it makes me so angry. And they're trying to make my husband out like he's a monster, and he is a damn good man." And that was what she texted me.
okay, it's all right. That's
And she said, "Society as a whole has fallen far from grace, and far too few still hold Jesus in their hearts, and it's sad to see." And that was what I wanted to come on here and share with y'all, because this is her real feelings.
Yeah.
You know, and they're breaking this family down as if they're not already hurting, because she just wants her son to come home. And you don't have to understand the way that each of these parents is dealing with it, or even what has happened in the past between Seth and Katie. Like, none of that matters at this point. What matters is where is Sebastian? And, you know, law enforcement is searching out this picture. I've had lots of people message me about it. And all I can tell you is that law enforcement is out there looking into everything they can to find out who this person is and find this child, to because that was the one thing that Katie said. She said, you know, even though I'm not sure that it's him, I need to know that it's not 100%. So I need you guys to do whatever it takes to find out that this is not my son. And that's what they're doing. And that's all I know.
See this beautiful boy right here? This beautiful
So
boy here.
I'm just asking for y'all to give this situation some grace. You can have your opinions, but do we have to like rip these people apart at the shreds with lies? You know, I don't know what's happened to Sebastian, but I know that his mother and his stepfather, who, by the way, loves this kid, has told me so many amazing stories about taking him fishing and doing things like going to the park. They go bowling. Like, he loves this kid. He would never want to hurt Sebastian ever, and hasn't. And this is just what they tell me. And look at his sweet face, y'all. I mean, he is so full of life. And I love for them to share the stories about Sebastian. And the one thing that Katie tells me is, I can't wait till Sebastian comes home. She said, but it also really makes it stressful because when he does come home, I'm going to have to explain to him while these people were saying these mean things about his mom and his stepdad. I'm going to have to explain to him because Sebastian is very smart. And she said this will hurt him. And she just, to hear her be so upset, she just wants her son to come home.
And we all do. We all want him to come home.
Yeah.
Just like any other case involving a missing child, we want them to come home.
Absolutely.
We don't want to hear about this bullshit. You think the
And
parents
she
want to
thinks
hear
he's
about it?
lying. She says, I just, at being his mom, she said, I know that he's alive. I just feel that he's alive. And he's going to come home. It's just when, I don't know, but he's going to come home. And I asked her about the picture, and she did tell me, she said, if I could she said, I know all of his freckles, all of his little moles. She said, if I could get a picture of close to his face or his neck, she said, I'd be able to tell you if that was him. She said, or if I could get a video of that kid walking, she said, I could tell you in a few seconds if that was him. She said, but I don't have that, so I can't say. So I got to depend on law enforcement to do their job, to vet it, because I need to know, because I need my son to come home now. So thank you for letting me share that.
Of course,
because I want people to know that going out and damaging these families' character and saying these things has repercussions. So I would be really mindful, because if you don't think that law enforcement isn't watching, if you don't think that they don't have the documentation of everything that's been done, there might come a day, allegedly, maybe, I don't know 100% for sure, but I know that there could be people that could be in a lot of trouble, because slander is a real thing.
Sure is.
So I would just be very mindful, because Dirty deleting now is probably a little too late because it's all been saved on a hard drive and sent to the right people. And that includes law enforcement. And it's a shame that it had to come to this. But it didn't have to. You can have your opinions, but you can give your opinion respectfully, and you don't have to talk about their body parts or put down the way they look or you don't have to go there. Like, just do it with facts. Like this, and this is my opinion, and the reason I feel this way is because XXX, and you don't have to go off of things that you can't vet as facts. Just use the facts, say what it is, and have your opinion. But taking it to this level, it's a lot. It's a lot. And if there's a UPS driver out there listening, I'd watch your back. Because they're watching. A lot of us are watching. These people out here pretending to be Chris Proudfoot. If you thought that nobody was going to figure it out, well, I don't know if I want to say that I'm a sleuth, but I think my friend Clue said it good. She's an observationalist, and it's been reported. Just know that. Don't mess around in this community, because there could be repercussions.
And trust and believe we've got the best eyes and ears everywhere around here.
I have a lot of people doing wonderful things, sending all the information to the places that it needs to go. It's just what has to be done. I was so hoping that it wasn't going to come to this, but it just is what it is. Thank you so much, Ert, for having me. And I feel like I'm taking over your live stream right now, and I'm so very sorry, but thank you for letting me say these important things. I just had to get that off my chest.
Anytime. And don't ever think that you're taking over. Don't ever think that. You are more than welcome to take over.
Senator, that is the comment of the day. I hope you come to my live tonight and say that in my live stream. Support the classy, reject the trashy. Preach that all day. Thank you for saying that. I just feel like there's a way that to conduct yourself. I conduct myself on YouTube, or at least I try to most of the time, Senator. With a little bit of class, and I like to bring facts and truth, but sometimes I get really irritated, and I will go there if I have to, and you don't want me to be a bitch, but I will, and I can. But I have to go because I have to go possibly
go ahead.
See JLR.
Oh, God, I feel so bad for you right now. I'm going to pray that you don't have to see him. Okay, I'm going to pray.
I'm sure he's going to be there. I mean, he was down. There was a lot of people protesting this morning at the church, as they should have been. And I just didn't want to go down there and get in the middle of all of that this morning. I had other things to take care of, but I do want to come out and show support. She had just started attending the church that we attend here close to my home. And so she wasn't going to her husband's church. So, I just want to go out there and show my support.
It's me.
Because it's a local situation, and it's as a survivor of domestic violence, I'm always going to go out and support families that have lost a loved one to a tragedy like this.
Yeah.
Respectfully, of course, because that's how I conduct myself in my real life. Yeah. So please keep Micah Miller's family in your thoughts and prayers, because
Yes.
this is a very, very tragic situation, and I would appreciate that very much. You will not see me tragedy pimping off of this case. I just wanted to let you know that. I will probably do a live stream regarding this because it is local to me, and I do have friends that, have met her at church and know her, and I want to give people the opportunity to share their thoughts and sentiments with the family. And, there's a classy way to do things. And that's what my channel is about. I just want to support families that are going through times like this. So, Eve, thank you for coming up and being here with Ert to carry on in this very important live stream. And I will catch up whenever I get back. So thank you so much again, Ert, for your kindness and being such a supportive sister. And I really appreciate you very
Anytime.
much. And Eve, I appreciate you also. And everyone in the chat, thank you so much for your support in this community and for keeping Sebastian and these other missing people at the forefront of what we're trying to do in this community, is to keep them at the focus of this and not being trashy. Okay.
We
That's all.
appreciate you.
We appreciate.
We really
Yes.
do.
Thank you, Eve.
So
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate that. So everybody take care and carry on, or do your thing. And you know that I love and support you always.
I love and support you always as well.
Thank
You
you so
take
much.
care, okay?
Love you guys.
Love you too. Hey, Eve. So the little one's feeding, huh?
Hey. Now the trouble begins. Just kidding.
Yeah, we dangerous up here, guys. Yes, can we put prayer hands in the chat for the victims' families, please? Oh, I feel so bad that she may have to see JLR. Poor thing.
Hey, Mr. Eve. So me and Mr. Eve are battling the teething baby
Oh.
woes.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Lord have mercy. I see you all in chat. I do. I'm so sorry. I have not been ignoring you guys. I do see you. I do love you guys. Thank you for being here. And yes, my mods do know what to do. They know how to get rid of the bad apples.
Yeah, so Chris is the main full-time devil, and we just switch gears when needed and take shifts. So we're mini devils over here.
We are. Everybody's got to take. They got to take the shift. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Everybody has to do their part. Yeah. Sorry, Chris. You're being watched, honey. Thank you guys for the prayer
Aren't
hands.
we all, though?
I'm evil. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you can't have evil without Eve in it,
That's right.
or so they say.
Yep. Hey, Kathy. It's your turn to follow me, huh?
Speak of the devil. Chris says, who, me?
How you doing, LFT? It's good to see you, honey. Aw. Hey, NJ. How you doing, hon? All right, guys. Here we go. Advanced trigger warning, because we haven't gotten to the other word that this one is used yet.
Oh,
The reason I brought Eve up here, I'm not going to play the entirety of this. The only reason why I brought Eve up here is because she can shed some light on the other recording we're going to play from January 24th.
Oh, that has been long overdue for some scrutiny, that's for sure.
Yeah, because this one has I'm not going to say she has a thing for suspects, but this one here from January, this one, oh yeah, this one's got to be questioned. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
And they've roughly been there about 2 years. Because one of the neighbors we talked to yesterday said, we've been here for 13 years. He's like, I'm like 45 seconds, from the house. He's like, I walk by there all the time.
Yep.
And he was like, I'm hoping that they just sell the house and move. Because he's like, they've been here about 2 years. And his biggest complaint seemed to be about Chris Prophet.
Okay, look. I've seen you and Brittany J's chat. I mean, you were just in there a couple days ago, Brooks. You got a couple people in her chat, Brittany's chat actually, that calls them Stankfoot. What's the other word? Oh, I think her friend that was up on her panel when I reacted to it calls Chris Prophet Christisha Stankfoot. Yeah, y'all are just a bunch of lovely true crime creators, aren't you? Yeah. How about not talk about true crime? How about taking a break and come back when you guys have compassion for the victims, for their families? How about that? Maybe when you guys find a clue. You want me to throw you a quarter to go find a clue? I got a quarter right here sitting in front of me. I'll throw it to you. You can go find a clue.
Well, if my memory serves me correctly, when she had called me regarding the Michael Vaughn case, this most recent time, I believe her words were, well, I still have a channel to run, which I do full time, or, a majority of the time. And I'm not necessarily true crime. So I thought that was interesting. So maybe we should try to understand what her channel is. Is it Krama? It seems to be.
That's a good question. So you Krama or true crime? I've watched a few of your streams. I mean, hell, I was busy all freaking day and also playing around in a couple of chats in the meantime because I needed a break from airheads.
Absolutely. That was the main, everything he had to say, that person was about Chris, and it was very,
Hey,
it shed a
Gal.
lot of light on
Hey,
his behavior.
Melissa. Hey,
Well, and
Leather.
he had an issue with things that Sebastian preferred to eat. One was sushi and tofu. And it was explained that Chris Prophet is very homophobic. And he would say,
Really?
that's
Okay.
what faggots eat.
Oh,
That's why they were so held in.
fuck. Oh, bitch. Okay. See, we just established that because see, Duchess was just up here. That never happened. That was never said. Chris never called Sebastian that. So there you go with the lie. Show any proof of that where he was called that? No. So you're just like Brittany J, right? Because see, Brittany J mentioned that they only put out her and her crew, whatever fucking crew you call that. I mean, you don't want me to say what I think that crew is named. You really don't. She says that they only put out what the mom, the stepdad, and the biological father are putting out. See, that's not exactly true. Because half the shit that Brittany J puts out, no. Any creator on this platform, all they have to do is go back and retrace everything and just watch from the beginning. Compare what Brittany J has been saying, what you've been saying, and compare all that with Seth, Katie, and Chris. And I guarantee you that everything that you and Brittany have been saying all along does not match up. Your words and their words, nada. It's a big fat zero. So you guys are just making shit up. You guys are just believing what you guys want to believe. Go find a clue if you guys can. Go find a brain if you guys can. God damn.
On the Texas Roadhouse. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I can't believe that you would even use that word. That is just a gross word to even use, in my opinion. And then to say that about food, come on. I love sushi.
Um, Sushi is not just for people of that. Okay, not like that. Everybody eats sushi. Gay, straight, everybody eats sushi. Okay, it's not just for them. Okay, it's not. You guys are really this stupid. You are. You're really this fucking stupid. I
I mean,
don't
I
eat
have no
sushi, but
words.
I have friends that do, and they're straight. I mean, for fuck's sake, you guys are so fucking dumb. I can't with dumb people. I really can't, but I handle it every day. I choose to. Jesus.
Make
This
it
is,
make sense. I mean, I have no words for that except for what dumbasses. I mean what I say what I mean, and I mean that.
I,
um,
I I love this woman right here, NJ Robin. I absolutely 100% adore NJ Robin. Absolutely 100% adore her. I love her. Okay? I do. I love everybody. I don't even care what color your skin is. I don't care if you're blue, yellow, red. I don't. It's what's in your heart. Because you know what? We all have the same color blood. That's how I see it. My God. You two? Mm,
We all
mm-mm.
do. A lot of us. And eating healthy is something that was important to Sebastian's diet, in my assumption, due to his health
That's
related issues.
assumptions.
So I don't know.
Well,
That's
and the thing is, I
assumptions.
totally believe that Chris uses that word all the time
I do
because
too.
when he contacted me about me saying,
Using that word all the time. Bitch, you say those two words so easily as if you use them all the time. And I'm under the impression that you do because they just roll right off your tongue so easily. And you can just tell that they roll off your tongue so easily. Some people would stutter just by using those words. All right, Jeannie, honey, be safe, babe. You use those words so easily. I don't use those words. Like the first one you use, I use special needs. How come you couldn't use that one? No, it's too good for you, right? How come you couldn't use the word gay? Why couldn't you use that word instead of using the other word? Why couldn't you do that? No, because it was too easy for you to say the other word, right? Got it. Good.
saying words like moobs and no ass, he called me a faggot.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Now,
Correct me if I'm wrong, Eve, but didn't she say that about Stacey Wandra calling her that?
oh yeah. Um,
That's what I thought.
and I think he did. I mean, I think there is proof of that being said. Um, However, and I'm not saying that's okay. It's
No,
not. I'm not Stacy's keeper. I'm not his mama.
no.
At the same time, when you push someone to points that show their negative side, as wrong as it is, you're just as culpable in the shit behavior that you're exploiting. So you're just as guilty, in my opinion, for being putting out garbage and saying garbage things. So that's just my stance.
Just like your buddy Justin. I've seen what your buddy Justin's been doing too. Don't think I ain't been watching him too. And I'll be flat out honest. That man puts my ass to sleep. You know how much coffee I've gone through watching him? I see Sinner eats, see look, Sinner eats sushi. Me personally, I ain't got nothing against sushi. I just don't eat it, okay? I don't. But
You're
there's nothing
right.
wrong. Hmm?
We said that the F word that she said flows freely from the Miss Brooks over there. And I agree. It was very, gosh, I have a hard time saying anything exploitive unless I'm in that moment. um, you could have done better. That's for
Hmm.
sure.
Oh, yes. Lee is absolutely right. Hey, J Dub, how you doing, sweetheart?
The CPS engagement was not because of the belt whipping.
Mhm.
It actually has to do with the mattress. All right, Chloe, this is a lot.
Yeah, this is.
Where's your proof of that, Brooks? See, I'm hearing a lot of talking, but I'm not seeing a lot of the proof. See, there's true crime creators out there that put out proof when they bring shit up like this. I mean, hell, we can go back over the whole pressure washer thing. Because I'm going to tell you right now, with that, we're going to go back to the pressure washer real quick. Now, with that, because see, I had a conversation with Eve about that just a bit ago before I went live. And she was telling me about, the pressure washer too, because we were talking about that subject. You would have to seek medical attention. Now, you would think that if that boy went to school and he had bandages on his arm, you don't think the teachers would be concerned about what happened to him? They wouldn't ask him questions about what happened. How did that happen? Where did you get this? You don't think teachers would be concerned? School nurse, counselor, principal. You don't think any one of them would be concerned that they feel obligated probably to call CPS. You don't think that would have happened? Did you not think about that? No, of course you didn't, right? No, you didn't think about that at all. You just want to throw that out there because that's right, because you heard. That's what you heard. But you guys want to make this man to be out to be the fucking devil, right? Correct. Now, that's already been established. So no, he was never sprayed with a pressure washer, you nitwit. So don't put that out again. Don't. Unless you've got the actual 100% proof that ever happened.
So Chris took his mattress, Sebastian's, out of his room because he said, I'm sick of smelling piss, and put it in the garage. When Sebastian was talking about how he sleeps in the garage at school, CPS showed up and they actually asked the neighbors, have you seen this? Help me out here, Chloe, because that's a lot for me to digest.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot to even take in. Yeah, they asked other people and they confirmed, and a neighbor we talked to confirmed that he was made to sleep in the garage, and he had heard him yelling about smelling piss, is his words. And we all know that it was very cold there the night that he went missing, and think about the other nights leading up to that through the whole winter that he was made to sleep out there.
Really? I never heard that story before. Really? No. Once again, proof. Where's the proof of that? See, I'm hearing a lot of talking. I'm not seeing a lot of proof here, Brooks. See, you did the same thing with the Stacey Wandra shit. I heard a lot of talking, but I never heard or saw any proof. Where is it? Where's the proof of this? You're just like Brittany J. 100% like her. You're like these other creators. A lot of talking, no proof whatsoever. Right, Lee. They're going to break it all down for us. Please break it down. You know what? I want to see this chat.
And what child who...
Oops. Hold on. I want to see this chat. So I'm going to zoom it in.
Oh, I'm sure it's riddled with greatness and decency.
Right? All right. Can you guys see this chat? All right. Let me see if the chat's big enough. You guys can see the chat. Do I need to zoom it in a little bit more? Let me see. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to screw shit up here. I'm going to try not to screw it up. Oh, that's a little too big. Okay, here we go. That's much better. Okay, I've got it much better now.
I would believe I would be scared in that situation to live with a man like that. And I could understand, if a child has disabilities and certain things that, accidents can happen. If you're scared,
Sure.
if you're being mistreated, if you're being abused. I mean, if
I'm
you didn't
48
go to
years
his
old.
house,
I'm 48 years old. I don't trust a fart.
yeah.
We can all have accidents. I mean, it's so degrading. And Sebastian comes out.
One, I don't give a fuck how old you are, and two, I don't give a fuck if you can trust a fart or not. That's irrelevant. I want to see fucking proof, lady. Proof. Show it.
Side thinking that he's just going to spend some quality time with his stepdaddy, and he hoses him down with the pressure washer, and that shit hurts.
Yes.
All right, I'm fucking sick of this bitch already. We're going over this pressure washer shit. Here we go. Bitch, I'm going to show you what proof is, okay? And we're going to go over it. Now, emergency department evaluation. When it comes to a pressure washers, their injuries are rarely seen in emergency departments. But they can have major consequences if underlying injury or extent of the damage is missed. While CT scans are typically used to diagnose underlying trauma, initial x-rays can effectively do what? What is that, Brooks? Can you see that? Can you read that? Because, bitch, I know you're watching because I tagged you in this. I want you to read the rest of this. Do it. Do it right now. Do it. Because this is what research is. Because it's evident that you don't read shit here. Look, you see where it says right here, prompt diagnosis is crucial to prevent complications like acute extremity, compartment syndrome, infection, and potential limb amputation. Let's go to the next one. Immediate action if injured. If you or someone else is injured by a pressure washer, stop the source, turn off the pressure washer, and disconnect it from the power source. Bleeding. Apply direct pressure to any bleeding wound using a clean cloth or sterile dressing. Burns. If there are burns, immediately cool the affected area with cold water or cold compress for at least 20 minutes. There's more where that came from. See, that's what you have to look up when you're using words like pressure washer, being hit with it, sprayed with it, because there are chemicals in pressure washers too. You should look up videos on pressure washers. They are actually interesting. They're not too bad to watch. I actually watched how one person used oranges as an example. And Lord have mercy, there was no more orange, I'll tell you that much. Once that pressure washer hit, goodbye, orange. But no, you just don't look shit up, Dio. Nah, got it.
And to the point where the neighbors said Sebastian was having a total meltdown.
Yes. And Katie had to come get him because he had a total meltdown from it.
Sure.
And Chris yelled, "Get your retard."
Yep.
Oh my God.
She just can't help herself.
No, she can't.
I think she enjoys this in some way if you're going to keep doing that. Yeah, it's intentional.
Girl. Jeez, Louise, I swear. Oh, yeah. I haven't even gotten to the rest of it. Thank you, pineapple. Appreciate it, honey. See? Right there. Oh, I get it, NJ. That's why I had to put her on 2x speed the second time I put her on to rewatch this. Hey, Arctic Fox, honey.
Oh, yeah, Arctic Fox is talking about me. You could say my name. Say my name, say my name.
Okay.
Listen,
I love you.
it's not about getting into drama that's unrelated at this point. But to rebuttal that, and everybody has their opinions
Yeah.
on who they like. I'm not saying don't like anyone. This is just me. Um, this creator right here, Brooks from Crime Lines and Lies, has done the most atrocious things, in my opinion, that I could never even, anything that I've ever said could never touch the amount of toxic that Brooke has done. Lies on me, getting facts, basic facts wrong on Michael's case. And we'll get to that, okay? But for this particular moment, with Sebastian's case and the chat that perpetuates it, I have nothing and have never gone to the levels that this creator has done. So if you want to say that I've attacked Brandy and Tyler, that's your opinion. But I would think that Brooke's behavior is actually the shining example of exploiting those parents. So
Yeah.
I mean, Arctic
So,
Fox forgets, real quick, and then I'll let you
mhm.
continue. I'm sorry. Arctic Fox forgets the threat with Brandy Neal's father against someone who was covering the case, albeit I didn't agree with everything that happened. I wasn't around at the time, but we can show those screenshots if we want to when talking about attacking. We can show those. And when I mean attacking, I mean the father of Brandy Mills saying that I'm going to find, I know where you live, I know what car you drive, I know where you work. With Arctic Fox here saying, I'll get the names for you, I'll get you a list. So let's not go there with the attacking when you are complicit. That is all. Sorry, Art, I didn't mean to derail.
It's all right. It's all
But I
right.
speak on claims, especially when they're false or inappropriate timing. And I mean what I say.
Okay. All right. We got that out. Let's continue.
Wow. It's just, this is what the neighbor saw. Think about what happened inside behind closed doors. He has no shame whatsoever to act like this in front of everyone, to go on panels and be disrespectful and say the things he says. I mean, imagine how awful this person really is. If this is what people just around the neighborhood saw.
And whether it was caught on camera, I don't know, because one neighbor we talked to said he has 6 or 7 cameras around his house. I know the next door neighbor who does not want to go on the record.
Yes.
He has several.
How do you know that? How do you know that, Brooks? Do you know that for sure? Oh, no, of course you don't. Girl, you're doing way too fucking much. Don't worry. We'll get to the next clip in just a bit.
Cameras, and they said they just got cameras 3 weeks ago. They have people.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Brooks, have you ever looked at those cameras? Did you actually see anything? I'm not entirely sure that you did. Not that I've seen in your streams. Did you ask Dolly if he got any glimpse of those cameras? No. He was only there a short time. I mean, hell, he couldn't even operate his own drone. Because that's how clueless and dumb he is. But I digress.
They were putting up cameras because they said they were being harassed, and they said we saw those people in the neighborhood. Let's just get to the recording. Also, for those of you that are wondering, the price of 12 eggs in China would be $2.20 US dollars. I'll put it right there because I don't exactly know their currency.
Oh my God, the woman can math. I'm not even sure if that is even the correct price, but why does anybody give a fuck about that? Why? Just out of curiosity.
Look at that. Can't say the price of tea in China.
I know.
We'll take a sec.
Oh, for fuck's sake, she even puts it in the damn chat. I fucking missed that one. Why put that in your own chat? Why would anybody give a fuck about that? Burks, why? Oh my God. Okay. You do you.
And we've got some gifts coming in, you all. Thank you, Southern Granny Wolf, for the super sticker. Thank you to Jules and Pat and TCB for gifting memberships. Now, when they did have one like barbecue in the neighborhood, okay,
Oh my
all
God.
Chris did was get drunk and get into it with people and say, I wear a size 14 boot.
Well, a lot of people wear a size 14 boot. Okay. What does a size 14 boot have to do with his 15-year-old stepson missing? And do you have any proof of that, Brooks? I think we established that in the beginning.
I mean, I'm still waiting on proof of what she said months ago. I doubt
Right.
we're going to get any now.
No. But it's still I think it'll still get through her head because, even when you ask for proof over and over and over, it does piss him off. And you know me, I like to piss people off. I do.
Oh my gosh.
Well, then how come all of your ex-wives say you have a little pecker?
Right?
No,
There we go. There we go.
hold on now. Ma'am.
There we go.
Ma'am,
The
you
fuck?
did not just speak on someone's genitalia that you've never met before, have no business speaking on.
And what does that have to do with the price of eggs in China? You dumb bitch.
What is wrong
What?
with you, lady?
Seriously. Well, let's not forget that his ex showed up on this platform. And I don't even want, you don't even want my opinion on that one. She came up here and took the focus off of Sebastian for what? Clout? That's what I took out of that whole fucking shit show interview that she did. But you thought that's okay right there to bring that up and talk about his I'll use his genitalia? Really? How would you know? Have you ever seen it? No, you have not. So why the fuck are you even bringing it up? The hell is wrong with you?
Because
Oh my
it's the
God.
shock factor that brings that chat back every time. You know it. The drama, the excitement, the intrigue, the weirdness, the predator-like behavior, but it
Fucking
brings in the
weirdo.
views.
Fucking weirdo. I'll be keeping an eye on you the way you speak. Fuck. Told you, you're on my shit list now. You should have been on my shit list the moment you popped up on Purple's panel and played that recording of you and Stacey Wandra. You should have been on my shit list then. That's my mistake, but it ain't gonna be a mistake now.
And
How
you
you
know
gonna
what
have that kind of boat?
Oh, I'm sorry. Real
Go ahead,
quick. Before we start on
Hey,
the
Granny.
Stacey Wandra stuff, the irony that the only thing that people said that I did or maybe felt odd or off about the interview I did with Stacey Wandra was that I was leading the questions and answers. Which, if that's the biggest complaint and the only complaint that I've had about that interview, I'm doing pretty good. And you'll see why I say that.
And we'll play that in just a bit because I did record it. I didn't record the whole thing the last time, but I recorded the whole thing this time. From start to finish.
Feet and have a little pecker.
Oh my God.
Yeah, at his height. That's crazy.
He don't have a 14
Yeah.
shoes. He does. He's stuffing Walmart bags in it.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Bitch, okay, you know what? You need to stuff some Walmart bags in that mouth of yours. You do. Put some Walmart bags in that mouth of yours. How about that? That's my suggestion to you. I always say stuff a sock in it, but no, stuff some Walmart bags. I'm sure you probably got some lying around somewhere. Go find them and put it in the mouth.
Size 14 boot. All right, Chloe, because yesterday was we had a lot going on. Ooh, thanks for hanging in there with me. So let's get to it. And yes, recorded with permission.
They asked for our actually ring cam footage. They asked for the camera footage. Everyone turned it over.
Look, let me give you guys a little advance warning here. This person does a lot of lip smacking. It's going to get annoying, okay? It is. I, too, was highly annoyed. First time listening to it. Second time, putting it on ×2 speed was even more annoying, but I sat through it. I did. So do you guys. Sorry. Not sorry, but here we are. Hey, Sue. Hey, Granny. Hey, everybody coming in. Yes, please go subscribe to Nonsense. She's doing a great job. Very good job.
I don't know what or if there's anything on, say, like my neighbors or something, or the people down the street, because I mean, let's put it this way. It's a very, I don't want to put down actually law enforcement, but it's very, I mean, I think the best way to say it is they're very hard-headed right here. And I mean, do I think they're...
Okay, look at me interrupting already. What he's explaining, and this is when I said, is it okay if I record all this so I don't forget anything? And he said, yeah, go ahead. He's talking about when law enforcement was going house to house to house to house, and they wanted to know who had any camera footage.
Which is normal in any missing persons or any investigation. They do go house to house. They do ask questions. They do ask for camera footage. Duh. That's what they do. I mean, do you think they do that? I do. You don't need to remind people that law enforcement does that. Come on, Brooks. Get with reality.
Just sitting back and they're doing nothing? Absolutely not. I mean, do I think they're investigating it and they're doing stuff that we don't know? Yeah. But
what do you think about them saying it's not a criminal investigation? So what are they investigating?
It has to be. Yeah, I mean, that's what we all talked about. That's what a bunch of us, all of my neighbors, that's what we all said. We said it just doesn't make. It just doesn't make sense that it's not a criminal.
Well, Eve, looky who I see. I spy somebody. Who do you spy?
Let me look here. Oh. Uh-huh.
What's
I see a
up?
few.
Yeah, I spy one. Yeah. I digress. Moving on.
Because you have a missing, it's a 15-year-old. And I mean, outside of the searches that were done by, I don't want to give names, but it was a big, it was a big actually chaos. It was big schemes with.
Why not give any names? I mean, you're putting out all this bullshit. I mean, might as well just start dropping names. Oh, you can't, right? Because you don't know any. Gotcha. Might I suggest, what is it? Chapstick? Because that lip smacking has got to stop. Or better yet, just don't pick up your phone and dial in anymore. Better idea.
A bunch of things, and I believe this. If we have a kid missing, or if now if my kids are grown, but let's just say if you had one of my kids that was missing, that was 14, 15 years old, where is the search? I mean, they scaled back the search to where there's almost no search, and I just don't get it.
What did you think about them searching the landfill?
That now, okay, there are
I gotta
two
hear
different
that.
areas where the trash it actually goes. One, it goes to actually one it goes to actually Nashville, and the second it goes to Kentucky.
Mhm.
So now you have commercial, we will go to Kentucky. And now, but you do have some that if we have ours, it goes to Nashville. And but them searching it is something I'm just trying to see if there's, I mean,
Okay. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now. Do you have any idea what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to a landfill? This is where you lost me. I mean, even when they searched the landfill in Georgia during Quentin Simon, they were pretty specific about where they were searching, what parts of the landfill they were searching. And that was coming from police department, GBI, you know, wasn't coming from any so-called local, so-called, and I'm using air quotes. How about just don't speak on it again? Don't bring up any landfills or unless you do the proper research. Like Brooks here doesn't do proper research. I mean, I've had to do it for her because she's incapable. I'll just put it that way. She doesn't know how. She just spews shit out of her mouth. And my guess follows Facebook groups and probably Reddit. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there as a guess.
I'll say it this way. You have a lot of job sites. Their material, it goes to Kentucky.
Okay, Chloe, let's talk about the importance of this.
Okay.
So I asked him, I said, what did you think about them searching the landfill? And he explained it. You have, like, I'm just going to say regular garbage, but if it's commercial or construction related, it goes up to Kentucky. That's the landfill they searched. And we know that there's a reason for it. What do you think about that?
I don't know what there was. I don't know if it had to do with that construction site, and I'm wondering if something, he was putting something there. That was my thought, but I don't know because.
Well, according to what I looked up, okay, so maybe, okay, where will Nashville's waste go? After Middle Point closes, the garbage could end up in Kentucky or at another Republic facility in Tennessee. Landfills are typically located in rural areas. Republic's closest waste landfill in Tennessee is about 140 miles west of Nashville in Jackson. See, it's just that easy. See, simple lookup. I mean, like 3.5 seconds, maybe 4 seconds. Easy.
Because they had to have had something if they went there to search.
Nobody in their right mind, law enforcement, regular people, YouTubers, whatever, are going to go to a landfill and search. And he explained it. He's like, it's because it's commercial. And
well, okay, yeah, that's true. No, you never know, actually. Some YouTubers, they might. You never know. But no, anybody in their right mind is not going to go to a landfill because you know what kind of crap is out there. You got to be very careful about searching and picking shit up out there. There's so much toxic waste out there that when you go out to a landfill and you're like, okay, like if we go out to our local landfill, we can only go to one spot to dump something. We can't venture out any further. We can't because we're told not to by signs that are placed out in certain parts of the landfill. Toxic waste, stuff like that. So somebody had to be, a YouTuber would have to be stupid to go do some shit like that.
we know there is construction businesses.
Right, exactly.
And you don't just search a landfill in a whim. You're not going to do it. No. Okay, that makes sense. So, I mean, when were you aware that Sebastian was missing? And by the way, can you come on the show tomorrow? I can just email you the link.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm not going to put your name out there. We're just going to have a conversation because this is for Sebastian.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sure. Okay. We found out at about, now, I'm an early riser.
Me
so
too.
I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning. It's, like I told you inside my email, I did 24 years, and I'm a fighter pilot, which I'm retired now, but I get up at 4 and we found out when we seen the whole area
Soup accurate.
swarmed at about.
I said soup so accurate on that. That lip smacking is something else.
I know. Sorry, guys, you're gonna have to suffer with me. Sorry. I had to suffer twice. This is third time's the charm. Third time. Okay, third time. Sorry, Sue. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Crime Lines and Lies, Sue. And Chloe Jade on panel with her. Go figure. And a supposed neighbor. No proof that it's the neighbor, but it was already established in the beginning of the stream by Duchess herself.
Probably about 10 to 7. And that's when they started searching around. They started at, and that's when they started, like, if you go in the back, you have honeysuckle, which is, which, I'm actually staffed with it's honeysuckle. You really can't see, but it's the side back, and they started searching, and that's where it started. So that's about the time frame, which I would say is about probably 10 to 7 or somewhere right near 7. And this is AM. This isn't so that's actually that timeline. But now, I mean,
I'm going to start believing that this is your timeline, which is a bullshit timeline, because you know how easy it is just to look up a timeline in any case whatsoever. I did the same thing during the last 2 cases where I called people out on when it came to any timeline whatsoever. It was so easy to look that shit up. So easy. And you know what? The timeline was so accurate. And you know where I found it? On Twitter, on the FBI site. I didn't even have to go to Facebook groups. You know why? Because at that time I was banned from them. It didn't. Anyway, that's nevertheless, but see, I don't use Facebook groups either. But Twitter, yeah. That's what I use. Or I can just use Google to find the timeline of anything. Put out by the right people. The actual investigators. Not by some bullshit caller like this. It's fucking ridiculous. And if Brooks, you believe this shit, you need to just like I said about Brittany J before, get out of your crowd.
I mean, it's just a mystery. I mean,
okay, we're gonna get to this. Okay, 10 till 7 is when basically hell broke loose. That's the reason I was saying yesterday there's a big difference between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. And I think anyone that sticks their neck out and speaks publicly on the record should be respected. All right?
I do too.
Okay, so someone who speaks publicly on the record should be respected. So you think we should respect somebody who's just a liar, right, Brooks? So that's what she wants to. She wants us to respect somebody that puts their neck out on the record. Okay, I'm not going to. I'm not going to respect anybody. I don't respect you. I sure as fuck don't respect that Chloe Jade. And I sure as fuck don't respect this caller or their lip smacking. Sorry, not sorry, but no, I'm not going to respect it. Unless it's actual fucking information that this person's putting out, which it's not. Okay, Soup, how about it? What you want to say, honey? I know Soup wants to say something. Cracking me up over here. What you want to express?
Sorry, Eric. I'm
It's okay.
corralling the herd here.
It's okay, honey.
I'm kicking them out to the hangar. To the hangar they go.
I know Soup's cracking me up over here. We're only going to play a few minutes more of this, okay, guys? And then I'm going to put on the other one.
So he's saying 10 till 7 is when they started noticing the activity. That tells me a lot. Thank you guys for the gifted memberships. I cannot believe you girls today and guys. So we've heard she went to waking up at 6:30. We've heard she went to waking up at 6 a.m. But he's saying that about 10 till 7 is when the activity started in the neighborhood.
Right.
Law enforcement went door to door to door to door, wanting camera footage.
Yeah, right away.
Everybody's trying to figure it out. I mean, but now I can say on from just being a neighbor, which your friendly neighbor, he's not the type of person that.
Friendly neighbor? You mean bullshit neighbor? Bullshit neighbor.
Has there been
Okay.
any proof of this neighbor being
No.
legit?
No.
Are we saying that this is a potential Ziggy situation?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, with the
I should have thought about that.
CPS foster care connection to the boys, aka Lady CG, aka Lolita, Erica A, whatever her name is. Yeah. Is this a potential?
I should have thought about that. Where the hell was my mind?
I associate with, and I say that because
You mean Chris Proudfoot?
yes.
Oh my gosh, she said his name right this time. Hallelujah.
She slipped.
Oh, yeah. First it's Proud Feet, then it's Proudfoot. My God.
He's very loud, and it has to be right, and he has to be right, or you have the whole conversation is basically done with. And he does, which I don't drink, but he does drink. Now, did I witness anything? No, I know, but my friend's daughter, she works in actually Texas Roadhouse. She doesn't know that. Now, she wasn't working the night that they went in, but she had seen them in there the 2 weeks before that, and something that Sebastian wanted, or I don't know exactly if it was something that they didn't serve, or I'm not 100%, but he got from, now this is just hearsay part, is that he got very angry and they ended up leaving.
Hey, do you know that for sure? Did you ever provide anything to Brooks here that ever happened? Or any of this ever happened? I'm guessing no, because no. So I'm gonna spare you guys the rest of this.
Her voice did sound a little familiar.
You know, I thought so too, but then I kind of got lost the second time. My mind kind of went elsewhere. Because even on '2 speed, it did sound familiar. First time around didn't, but the second time on '2, yeah. Okay, Soup, it's safe for you to come back in, honey. I know how much you hate the lip smacking. Now, here is the bigger surprise for all of you. We see who the real Brooks is, shall we? Dun, dun, dun. January. January 24, 2024. Purple Phoenix's panel, where she plays her interview with Stacey Wandra, meaning crime lines and lies. So let's have a gander at this. And that's why I have Eve up here, because she can shed the light on this. And if you guys haven't heard it, well, you're about to hear it now.
Hey, girl.
Hello. How do I share the screen?
How
The
do you
bottom
share a
where it says present, you just
What
click
the hell?
present, and then I'll add you on my
How the
phone.
hell? How do you share a screen? You don't know how to share a screen.
So it's like you would if you were going to share a video on if you were
Okay,
online.
I'm done. You don't know how to share a
Okay,
screen.
I apologize. I've just got so many screens going on right now because I'm getting ready for tomorrow's show as well.
The next tragedy episode, content.
Oh,
Very important. Doesn't she use the same StreamYard like purple?
Yeah, I'd imagine. Or if she uses Reach Around, though. I'm assuming she uses StreamYard.
Oh, maybe she doesn't like to go on panel very often with other creators, except for when it's Krama.
Probably. Hey, Yaya, how's your time in Brittany J's chat? Yeah, I see you, girl. I see you in there.
What?
I got you. I got you. I got the screenshot. I might show it just for shits and giggles. But I know you be rolling up in there. You rolled up in there twice.
I
So
mean, I
together.
don't. She can go to the knitting community for all I care.
Oh
But
God,
that's an interesting one to be in, though.
it is actually. Yeah, they might like you over there. Just don't shred any canvases over there in front of them. Okay, they might
Knitting
not
with
like that.
knitting with evil. We'll show you how to knit all of the things that are dark and bad and tragic.
Yeah, just don't. Again, just don't slash any canvases over there. They may not like that. Okay, they like. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Just don't do it. Okay. I just advise against that.
What a waste. I know. I was like, how dare you?
They frown against that over there.
Trying to call to talk about your lunch, but you're in such a nasty mood.
What?
I said Greg was calling back to talk about your lunch, but you're in such a nasty mood, and I don't know
Well,
why.
I just don't understand why you don't grasp that when I literally asked you to stop talking about this.
Let me slow it down a little bit.
Now, when I asked him, by the way, I asked him about this once hearing it, and I asked him, did you know you were being recorded? Well, of course, you know, Idaho and Oklahoma are one-party consent states, so it doesn't matter in the legal sense, but in the moral sense, he did not know he was being recorded. Just context.
Okay.
You don't respect that, and it's so frustrating.
Well,
I said I want nothing to do with talking about this. Period. I'm done. But you seem to always be the mastermind of the manipulation, and seem to always somehow finagle it in. It's beyond me. Stop.
well,
That's all I'm asking.
you
Stop trying
did
to discuss this.
you
I
didn't
don't care.
you didn't email me about lunch. You didn't email me about money. You emailed me to clear your name.
Yes, correct. And when I realized it,
No, Rainbow
Well,
Mom. Rainbow Mom, this is Stacy Wandra. This is Stacy Wandra. This is
I'd
about
have
my.
to. Yes, it's about Stacey Wandra, one of the four suspects in Michael Vaughn's case. Michael
Yeah.
Vaughn went missing on July 27, 2021, between 6:40 and 7 p.m. in Fruitland, Idaho. There has been no trace or video footage of him leaving, and we do not know what has happened. Now, Stacy is not wrong when he said, well, let me rephrase that. Brooks may be incorrect on her statement with, you didn't call just about money and lunch and this, that, and the other, and to clear your name. No, I'm pretty sure all three of those he wanted. Guarantee it. Because that's all he ever asked for all the time. So, yeah, he was looking to clear his name and get some money because he was homeless.
Yeah, this is just to show what Brooks's behavior is and what it is about. What she did with a suspect in another missing child case. Because yeah, this was pretty gross. What she did. It was gross. So disgusting.
I thought that it was going to work. That's why I did that. But now I know that it's not going to
Well,
work.
because you went to other channels.
It doesn't matter
Oh.
if you went to other channels or not.
And a lot of that is my fault.
Oh, is it? Because you went to other channels. Well, why don't we talk about real quick, very quickly, why do you think he dropped you and went to other channels? And not just me, but Justin Farrell. God, he went to so many, like little channels that I can't even think of right now. Why do you think that? Because you weren't doing him any favors. And then you turned it into a spectacle when he stopped talking to you. What do you expect? So the content had to continue, right? This was an opportunity. And you used that on a missing child's case, befriending a mother of her missing son's case to exploit him and her for content while screaming, everyone's exploiting Michael, especially evil. So I think it's pretty obvious here that the deflection is thick.
These things take time. Like you said.
Going to happen. Okay?
Nope. Let me tell you. Nope. Let me tell you something right now. Even if you wanted to come on, even if you said, let's go live right now, like you've done before, I would say no. Because you have painted yourself in a corner with different stories. You have.
Okay, again, we're still talking about this. I'm not going to talk about this. I'm starving, and I've literally been trying to.
I know, and you keep saying literally. Ask me something about.
Literally?
Yeah, literally.
Is it not literally?
And I mean, I'm literally not facing a grand jury, an indictment, and life in prison.
And I literally am not worried.
And if I was, nobody would be hanging their neck out to try to help me. I can tell you that literally. I can tell you that literally. So you're going to let me.
I don't care. Okay?
You don't care about life in prison?
I'm not worried about getting that because I'm not going to. Do you understand?
Have you faced reality?
Brooks.
Have you faced reality?
Let it go. I'm not discussing this with you. I'm not worried. I don't care what your feeling or opinion is, okay? I'm not worried because I didn't do it. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to convince me one way or another.
I'm not. I will never try to convince you to say something that you didn't do.
No, but you're saying have you faced reality? Yeah, I actually have. I mean, the reality is I didn't do it, so I'm not worried. Okay, so let that shit be. Just drop it.
You know, maybe I'm worried about my friend.
Pause.
So they're friends. Okay, so they're friends.
Right.
Well,
Now
you're worried about a
remember.
crime. So you're friends with the prime. You're friends with 1 over 4 suspects. Okay.
Right. And remember, I was the worst for conversating regarding Michael's case. Not to befriend, to talk about Michael. Right? I was the worst for trying to, quote, clear his name, because that's what he said he wanted. And isn't this not a platform to do so? Now, if he slips up and exposes that he may, in fact, have, I would assume law enforcement was watching. I know for a fact they were watching. And he'd be in jail for crime related to Michael. So what I'm trying to get at is the hypocrisy on these streets, where you have creators such as Brooks, who has a semi-large following, enough to make a dent in smaller channels like myself, who they disagree with. But they are the ones who people are calling out like Nonsense is doing a fabulous job calling these people out, by the way. Shout out to Nonsense. Been watching her for a few weeks and amazing stuff. She's calling it for what it is.
Yep.
This one falls in line with what Nonsense is trying to say. And it's not going to stop until somebody calls it out repeatedly. She's been getting away with very bad behavior for years. This is not just a new incident from this year. This has been going on for years with this creator.
And when I started covering this because of what was happening to Eve, the attacks that became personal. Yeah, this right here. Oh yeah. Why would you be friends with a suspect in a missing child's case? Why would you be friends with them? Why? I wouldn't.
Well,
Fuck no.
why would people care unless that friendship was um, obviously, or whatever the case may be, if it was hindering truth and you had the receipts, which never came, um, then I could understand maybe some issues if you have the receipts. But if you don't have receipts, even if somebody befriended them and thought maybe they were uh, innocent or not completely involved or whatever, who cares? I know people have a different opinion and you have every right to feel that way, but what does it matter? Honestly, because we're not, me and other creators is what I'm trying to say. We're not sitting here lying about certain things and exploiting, who they were having relations with in the house that had nothing to do with Michael. We're not exploiting false claims, rumors, biased opinions. But these creators will do that. This creator has done that. And it's not okay. And she doesn't get to scream foul and run amok and spread rumors without receipts and just act like it never happened. That's why we have creators like Ert and Nonsense and others, Deets, who call this stuff out, no matter what case it is. And if you align with them on their thinking baseline theory, it doesn't matter. If they're doing some fuck shit, call it out.
And don't forget, we got Savage Live, who is one of the toughest women that I know, who calls this shit out all the time since I've come around here. And she does a great job. She and Shannon, Pirate, and Val, they all do a wonderful job. Wonderful job. And I have mad respect for all four of those ladies. And they continue to do this every day, especially Savage and Val. So mad props to all four of those women.
Did Deets go on, or excuse me, did Brooks go on Deets in January? I was late to the Deets game.
I'm not sure. I don't remember if she did or not.
It doesn't matter. I just wanted, I thought I saw that in the chat, but yeah, I would assume that, creators like Deets would cover some of the shit she's done. I'm pretty sure she has, or at least called it out. Not that it's her duty or responsibility. I'm just saying she would be the one.
Absolutely right, Lee. It takes a village.
Amen, sister.
And we're all here for it. Especially when we have our story times, which I love. Lee, do me a favor, even though you may not want to, but I say do it. Please drop your link in the chat for me. Please, or I'll do it myself. Pretty please. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. And don't forget, you got Kathy P in here too. She's been doing a bang up job as well. I sneak in there. Yeah, I follow Kathy all the way. I follow her everywhere. I do.
I don't care, Brooks. This is not what a friend does. I'm not worried about it. When I tell you I'm not worried, I'm not worried. You should respect that. Period.
So when I have friends that call me and they tell me that their husband walked out on them, I should just be like, oh, well, whatever, your problem, not mine. I shouldn't absorb what my friends are going through.
Okay, Brooks, I'm not going through anything, okay? Hey, is this a hard road? Yes. But I'm not worried about it because in the long run, I'm not scared. At all. So let that settle. Because I'm not worried.
Pause.
Oh.
So people in Purple's chat, and Purple herself, Crime Sleuth, and all of those people who said I was befriending a suspect. Eat your words, bitches. Because listen to the creator that brought you guys into the mess. A bit hypocritical, huh? Pretty typical for those creators anyway, but it's just the irony, isn't it?
Okay, there's no need to be a smart ass. Okay, fine. There we go. We's got to be a smart ass.
We is
Love
filling
it.
her oats today. Miss Ma'am in the chat. Miss Ewok. We see you,
Yeah,
girl.
that's fine. I see you. I got you. Don't make me do all the things. That's all right. I got it. I got you.
She's got her sassy Ewok britches on today.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
What are you going to do? I'm just asking you.
About what?
What are you going to do when Brandon gets squeezed enough, or he
He's
tells?
not going to. He doesn't have shit on me.
No, not
Again,
no, no,
Brooks.
no, not on you, not on you, not on you. But you have not divorced Sarah. What
I
are you
don't
going?
care.
What are you going? You keep saying you don't care. Maybe those are your diagnosis you have. Are you?
What does the
Ooh, you
diagnosis have to
bitch.
do with anything? What does that have to do with anything?
Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I should
It's
not
all
say
right. Go
that.
ahead. It's all
I
right.
apologize.
Everybody cusses.
I should have muted. My apologies.
It's okay. Everybody cusses on my panel. It's not exempt. Everybody does.
Are you getting treated for all those different diagnoses? Because I didn't know
Brooks, what
about
is the
that.
point you're making? I don't. This
I'm
making no sense.
No, you. Ugh.
And why are you getting so angry?
You have everything figured out. Are you there?
Yeah. Once again, we're still talking about this, but go on.
Take a deep breath.
I'm not mad. Not taking a deep breath. I told you I'm fucking hungry, and you seem to always want to defer around the situation. So.
Well, I'm waiting on Greg to call back, and you get mad at me when I'm talking. I mean, you want to talk about you want to talk about the weather or your favorite movie or what you want to do this
I don't
weekend?
want to talk about this, Brooks.
Well, what are you going to do when Brandon or Adrian tells them where that duffel bag is?
Okay, then let it. I have no knowledge of it, so. And I guarantee you they don't have it. They don't have that. I promise you they would have already found it, Brooks. I guarantee you they already have it. Guarantee you.
Who?
Who else is doing the investigation, Sullivan?
Well, see, that's why I ask you, because I don't know. I'm not from this world, okay?
Oh my God, clearly.
Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath because I cannot stand when my friends are upset with me, okay?
Okay, well, you're making.
I'm sorry. I have to laugh because this is ridiculous. You can't you can't understand why a suspect that you call a friend is upset with you. Okay. Didn't you oh,
Well,
we're gonna get to
see,
that. You know what? We're gonna get to that, but fuck it, I'm not gonna spoil it.
everybody is supposed to know that this is a fake friendship and that it's okay to exploit someone because they are a suspect. And we really don't know if they're still a suspect. It depends. But, you know, we're supposed to just know low key that it's okay to put false claims on this man to try to get him to give us some info on the Michael Vaughn case. Exploit. All parties involved. Why the hell not, right?
Right. I'm not gonna spoil what's gonna come soon after this. Why spoil it?
What is
Because Brooke
Purple
here is
saying?
gonna tell us. She's gonna tell us.
What is Purple saying? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Well,
She might.
that includes suspects who have not been charged or people who are trying to, quote, clear their name, no matter what your feelings are, right? So the
Right.
rules apply for all, not just for the.
But we'll get to the good part though. So I won't spoil it for you guys. I'll probably laugh because that's what I got out of it. I laughed. Oh, would you look at that? Chloe Jade. You are a mod for Susan Bennett. You know, out of respect for Susan, I won't corner you for the bullshit that you pulled on Brooke's panel that we just played. Out of respect for her chat. That's just for Susan. That's it.
Me upset, Brooks. You literally are the one that's continuing to discuss this conversation, regardless of what I've said.
No, would you
My
look
friend
at
does
that?
not do that.
Well, I just
Little
My friend
man.
respects. My friend respects
I digress.
their boundaries. I have set a
Oh,
boundary.
squiggly
and you
brows, at
refuse
it
to abide
again.
by it.
Mm-hmm.
I know you sound like Vince Vaughn in that movie Breakup, where he says, "I have set a boundary, and you will not cross it."
And you're clearly doing everything you can by not listening and so
Oh, here we
passionate,
go.
aren't you? Stop. I'm just going to shut down and not even fucking talk to you, period. This is right now. Okay? This is what's
Vince
gonna
Vaughn said that too.
happen. No, this is
I'm
what's
shutting
gonna-
down.
This is what's going to happen. Okay? You can stop trying to be the master manipulator. You can stop trying to solve this case because you're not going to.
This is not a movie. What does Vince Vaughn have to do with anything? Even though I don't think much of him as an actor. I mean, he did play good in Psycho. I'll say that. But that's as far as I'll go. But what does this have to do with a movie? This ain't a movie.
Oh, they think it is. And you know, it's ironic that, these same people scream, you're not investigators, Eve, or anybody else, when they're trying to play investigator. Like catching the suspect on a recorded call. But it's really ironic that the suspect is making more sense than the creator releasing the recorded phone calls. The irony, again, just rich.
I'm not an investigator. I just snuff out the bullshit. That's all I do. I just snuff it out.
You can stop trying to convince me to talk about things. Or you can just try out lose talking to me because that's what you're doing.
I don't want to do that. You're my friend.
Okay, then stop.
Oh, you're my
I
friend.
won't lean on you for my
Get the
problems
fuck
anymore,
out.
okay?
I don't need you to. You don't need me to. I'm not a fucking problem solver. I have gave you positive encouragement. I told you to work it out with Greg. I'm not a problem solver. I'm not a fucking mediator. Just like I don't reach out to you and talk to you about my problems. I don't care. It's not my fault.
Well, you do.
I was just not doing.
No, you do.
I asked you for help with food.
Well, I mean, and how is that my
Is that
problem?
something a counselor can solve? No.
Well, I mean, I'm not a
Like I said.
counselor. Like you
Like
told
I
me, I'm
said.
dumb as a box of rocks. I'm a retard. I'm a faggot like Justin. I mean, you name it. I mean, you
Told you. See, it rolls off her tongue so easily. It doesn't matter if she was called it or she heard that a stepfather called his stepson that, which, again, I'll remind everybody, that never happened. Chris Profit never called Sebastian those names. You see how, okay, you see the pattern here. You see those two words right there? She just said it in the last clip we just played. Those two words. I don't know. I would say I smell something there, but then again, you know what? That's just my brain saying that. I could be wrong. Sometimes I am wrong, and you know what? I'm a big girl. Okay, I can admit when I'm wrong. Can some of these mofos? No, absolutely not. I paused, Lee. I paused. But yes, those two words specifically. She just said them in the last clip. They just fly right off the tip of her tongue. It's so easy. You need to stop saying those words, Brooks. Seriously, stop saying those words. That is not right. Learn some common ground.
told my husband, that you're aware that I have feelings for you, and you said to him that you would be our marriage counselor.
Yeah, good. And then I thought about it. And I'm not about to get involved in somebody else's marriage.
To be the marriage counselor. We'll play that one more time.
I'm a retard. I'm a faggot like Justin. I mean, you name it. I mean, you told my husband, that you're aware that I have feelings for you, and you said to him that you would be our marriage counselor.
Yeah, good. And then I thought about it. And I'm not about to get involved in somebody else's marriage. Like, I'm not. It's not my circus, not my monkeys, okay? Like, asking for help with food is a different story. If you don't want to help me out with food, that's fine. I'll find another source.
I wouldn't want someone like him to be my marriage counselor.
Well,
Nope.
I wouldn't want to be the one creator who is trying to manipulate him into being one based on false feelings of a suspect. That's way more embarrassing. In the words of AB, who said that I will always be known as the person who uh, simped for a suspect, she said she had feelings for him. I don't know how much lower you could get, honest to God. I mean, where's the decency for yourself, ma'am? Like, do you have no boundaries? And how is the main focus? How is this going to help find Michael Vaughn?
Right. I mean, Brooks, I'm gonna speak to you, woman to woman. I ain't gonna cuss at you, or at least I'm gonna try not to, because you have pissed me off the last couple of days. This right here, this recorded call, was not a good idea. Okay, befriending a suspect, one of the four, in a missing child's case, that's not a good idea. Not a good idea. You've never met this man face to face. God, I hope not. I'm just saying, you've never met him face to face. You don't know if he could be dangerous. You don't know if he's not dangerous. You don't know that. These are just words that you guys exchange over the phone. Correct, right? So, therefore, oh my God, Tim. I don't know who you're, but that was funny. Anyway, you don't know either way if he's dangerous or not dangerous. That right there, this whole recorded call, no. That's not a good idea. This is more like emotional manipulation to me. Like what we put in the chat. Where is it? What did she put? Entrapment is a thing. It is. But still, to me, what I take out of it, this is just my honest opinion. You're saying all this personal shit, giving them personal details. That's not good.
Well, what
That's
about
not really
this?
good.
What about this? You know, when they're having these conversations and they're spilling all of the drama beans and where they're trying to push him for information and they're also exposing information that has been said to them by Brandy Neal or whoever, where Brandy Neal okays it, because that's her group over there. What do you think, if he is complicit in the crime, what do you think he's doing with it? And what
Right.
makes you think he's not changing the story based on what you're saying? Right? So even if
Good
you got
point.
something out of him, how are they going to introduce that once you've muddled it?
That's a
Right?
good point. Good point. So you got to be very careful when you're talking to suspects on the phone or having them on your panel. Don't let them into your personal life just so you can get answers that you want out of them. You don't know if those answers are true or untrue. You don't know that. I would never do that, okay? Mm-mm. Never in my life. would I ever have a suspect on my panel, let alone a parent of a missing child. Now, I don't say that to be mean. I don't, but that's just me. I can't do that. I can never have a parent of a missing child on my panel. I can't. It would
It's
that it
actually,
would tear me apart. It would tear
it's,
me apart.
yeah, well, it's actually against what I said from the jump on my channel, do not get close. You can interview, but don't get close and befriend anyone, right? You just stick with what they need. This is a platform for people to come to and express within reason, right? Whatever they need. And as true crime creators, that should be it. But whenever you start windmilling and then exploiting and tragedy pimping, making money, getting those views, of course you're going to skew it. You're going to make it whatever you need to continue that. Even if you're the best human being in the world, you're going to fall short. Everybody, I'm sure, in this community has been swayed by the uptick and the notoriety of doing whatever it is with a suspect or a witness, whatever it may be on a case. But you cannot sit here and point fingers, right? When you should be pointing at yourself. That's a damn fact. And then saying that you're advocating for missing children and their families when you're really victimizing them.
Like I usually have to anyways. Because, whenever I ask you for money, it's like a challenge.
I told you we didn't have the money on Monday.
Okay,
And
I get that. We're talking about that. But it always seems like there's triple questions to everything with you.
are you there, Purple?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
You
this has
woke
been
up
my
long
life for
enough
2
to say,
weeks with him.
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
You
My
know damn
question is,
well
where is
she
the
was
Nickelback?
asleep. She was
Right.
asleep.
She was.
And if I go back, he'll say they're never going to find it. But it was spectacular that he did say that he would counsel my husband and me through marriage counseling. That was awesome.
Wow. I don't think you need to be counseling nobody.
And
He told your
he did tell
husband.
my husband that I have
He told your husband. And you're just now saying something about it in January. Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense.
feelings for him. And that was awesome. That was great.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, girl, I don't know how you did it.
Well, I just kind of felt bad for my husband because he was on the phone going, yeah, no,
Right.
no.
Well, I kind of wonder how he felt about you flirting with him a little bit, getting Stacy to tell you what you want to know. Because you were flirting. There's no doubt. Come on. I wonder what he thought.
Well, she was manipulating. Yeah.
Curious. Entrapment, manipulating, emotional manipulation. I mean, look it all up. I mean, it's right there. I'll have your name on it.
You're not the marriage counselor. You ought to hear from all these people he has lived with.
Wow.
That Indian woman that was on the phone with me screaming at him saying, you're stinky, you're stinky. You have to go. You have to go. You are stinky. Everything about you is stinky.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with Michael and his case and getting advocacy? Nothing. This is a smear campaign.
Just like you're doing with the Proud Books. What does the size of a man's genitalia and the size of a man's shoe size have to do with a missing 15-year-old boy? What does that have to do with anything, Brooks? It goes with the question. It goes with this. What does any of this have to do with Michael being missing and Sebastian being missing? Connect the dots, sweetheart. I'm
Well,
sure you know how to play connect the fucking dots.
here's the scary thing. Before this all came to be, or as it was happening with the first interview, you know, detectives at Fruitland PD told me we can't stop people from, not that I wanted them to, but they can't stop people from doing these interviews, right? Like they can watch and they can review it, which they didn't even know it was happening at the time. They had to ask me to send a link and all that stuff, or who's the creator? They had no idea. So if you ever hear anything about what if we're working with law enforcement, they're a bunch of liars, especially one particular unstable, unlevel creator. It's all a bunch of crap. They are not working behind the scenes with law enforcement. They might have a recent PI who finally got their license, finally, that may be helping them. Better be careful with that. Might lose it if you do some fuck shit with it, some illegal fuck shit with it. But I digress. As Ert says, you're not doing any good. Matter of fact, you are harming information and advocacy for Michael. Fruitland PD said they had no idea this was going on, but they can't stop it either. They also said, we have a pretty good solid foundation of this case. We're not really too worried about it, but if you see anything that's alarming, let us know. So what do you do with that, right? They can't make people not interview these folks. They have free will. But what you can do, like we're doing now, is calling them out when they're doing the fuck shit. And I think that there should be more creators that are doing this on the regular, not just 10 really good review channels like Six Up, for instance. I love Six Up. I love Ert and other channels. We need more. There's plenty of reviewing that needs to be done. And hell, I might end up on one of them. I have been. And that's okay too. If I'm doing something wrong, call me out. But we need more of them.
Absolutely. And I love you too. All right.
Yeah, wow.
I asked one thing, where is the duffel bag? And he said, they're not going to find it.
Well, really?
Yeah, I can go back if you want to hear it again.
Sure.
Please do.
Well, you should respect that. Period.
So when I have friends that call me, okay, so you have to hear my loud mouth. This is like basically a taster's choice moment for two friends.
It is, Madison. She woke up long enough.
But the important part is the duffel bag. Greg was trying to call to talk about your lunch, but you're in such a nasty mood.
What?
I said, Greg was calling back to talk about your lunch, but you're in such a nasty mood, and I don't know why.
I just don't understand why you don't grasp, like when I literally ask you to stop talking about this. You don't respect that, and it's so frustrating.
Well,
I said I want nothing to do with talking about this, period. I'm done. But you seem to always be the mastermind of the manipulation and seem to always somehow finagle it, and it's beyond me. Stop.
Well,
That's all I'm asking. Stop trying to discuss this.
You didn't email me about lunch. You didn't email me about money. You emailed me to clear your name.
Yes, correct. And when I realized that I thought that it was going to work, that's why I did that. But now I know that it's not.
When I thought it was going to work. You see, this is what sociopaths do.
Yeah.
And don't forget, I'm in love with him.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm in love with Stacy. And he had to apologize to my husband and tell him that he would give us counseling.
going to.
Well, because you went to other channels. And
Well, in all fairness, you're sitting up there with someone I think is a sociopath, but that's just my opinion. My opinion only.
Doesn't matter if
And-
you want to go to or not.
and a lot of that is my fault. These things take time. Like you
It's
said,
not going to happen. Okay?
no. Let me tell you. No, let me tell you something right now. Even if you wanted to come on, even if you said, let's go live right now, like you've done before, I would say no. Because you have painted yourself in a corner with different stories. You have.
Okay, and then we're still talking about this. So I'm going to talk about this like I'm starving, and I've literally been trying to.
I know, and you keep saying literally. Ask me something about
Literally?
yeah, literally.
Is it not
He's always
literally?
like that when
And
someone is
I am
on Ryan.
literally not
Always.
facing a grand jury, an indictment,
Okay,
and life in
and I'm
prison.
And I literally am not worried.
And if I was, nobody would be hanging their neck out to try to help me. I can tell you that literally. I can tell you that literally. So you're gonna let me?
Literally, I don't care. Okay?
You don't care about life in prison?
I'm not worried about getting that because I'm not going to. Do you understand?
Have you faced reality?
Brooks,
Have you faced
let it go.
reality?
Let it go. I'm not discussing this with you. I'm not worried. I don't care what your feeling or opinion is, okay? I'm not worried because I didn't do it.
See, this is what you kept doing to him, Brooks. You kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. How many times can you push somebody until they're not going to answer you? That's all you did. You just kept pushing and pushing and pushing the man. That's all you did, pretty much. It's just push and push and push. What were you hoping? Were you hoping to get a confession out of him? Girl,
Content.
don't think you're like the only person on this platform that would love to get a confession out of a criminal.
It's
Don't-
content.
Well, that too, yeah.
That's it. If it happens, it happens. This is content. What else do they have? If they had actually had something worth a damn to ask, they would have. But they don't have anything else. Because that's not what it's about for them.
Oh, only 14 more minutes left. Oh, Jesus.
I
Lord
don't
help
give
us.
a fuck. You're not going to convince me one way or another.
I'm not. I
don't
will never try to convince you to say something that you didn't do.
No, but
No,
saying
you're
that
trying
reality, I
to.
actually
You
have
keep
the reality is I
pushing.
didn't do it. So I'm not worried, okay? So what this should be.
Hey,
just
headphones,
drop it.
honey.
You know, maybe I'm worried about my friend.
I don't care. Brooks, this is not what a friend does.
I think he got that confused between him and Brandy.
I don't think so.
But he said, I didn't do it.
What do you mean?
Roll that back. Roll that back and listen one more time.
Could be. Just drop it.
You know, maybe I'm worried about my friend.
I don't care. Brooks, this is not what a friend does.
I think he got.
You want to go further back a bit?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
in prison.
I'm not worried about getting that because I'm not going to. Do you understand?
Have you faced reality?
Brooks,
Have you faced
let it go.
reality?
Let it go. I'm not discussing this with you. I'm not worried. I don't care what your feeling or opinion is, okay? I'm not worried because I didn't do it. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to convince me one way or another.
I'm not. I
don't
will never try to convince you to say something that you didn't do.
No, but you're saying have you faced reality? Yeah, I actually have. I mean, the reality is I didn't do it. So I'm not worried, okay? So what this should be, just drop it.
You know, maybe I'm worried about my friend.
I don't care, Brooks. This is not what a friend does.
I think he got.
Okay. So we hear her reaction, or
Well, yeah. So did he mention the parents of Michael Vaughn in any way, shape, or form?
I didn't hear it.
No, I didn't either. But then she says this weird shit.
That confused between him and Brandy.
Yeah.
But he said, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Wow. Thank you, Heidi, for giving 5 memberships.
Woohoo.
Good
Horse
old
Women,
y'all,
Shirley,
y'all.
and
All right, Eve, you are up. You're in charge. I'll be right back. Eve's in charge, guys. Sorry.
Bum, bum, bum. Well, hello, chat. I wouldn't mind a Q&A of the Michael Vaughn case, but not trivia. Absolutely no trivia, no membership grabs, and absolutely, definitely not behind a paywall for said questions. Wendy says having someone confess or discuss their involvement in a horrific crime is not clout badge. It has psychological ramifications. These creators have been so desensitized to real life. Absolutely. I agree with that.
I'm back. Sorry.
All right.
Had to let the doggy out. She's been bugging me to go outside. All right, guys. Here we go. I hope you're doing well, Headstones.
And Jam 420 in Limericks. I don't want to say that. But into hiding.
I mean, what are your thoughts, Purple?
I think this dude is an ass, first of all, first and foremost. He's acting like people owe him something for telling his story.
Oh, well, Purple, even though this was months ago, but didn't you even ask her why she even spoke this way about him or with him? I mean, ew. God, this was gross. This is gross. Disgusting. Inhuman. It was, yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
And honestly, I think he's guilty. I think they're all guilty. And there ain't no way in hell that he's not going to be held accountable for this. I think he thinks his shit don't stink.
Oh, we know somebody like that too. We know someone like that too.
Period.
So when I have friends that call me and they tell me that their husband walked out on them, I should just be like, oh, well, whatever, your problem, not mine. I shouldn't absorb what my friends are going through.
Okay, Birch, I'm not going through anything, okay? Hey, is this a hard road? Yes. But I'm not worried about it because in the long run, I'm not scared. At all. So let that simple. Because I'm not worried.
What are you going to do? I'm just asking you.
About what?
What are you going to do when Brandon gets squeezed enough or he
He's
tells
not going to. He doesn't have shit on me.
No, not on you. Not on you. Not on you. But you have not divorced Sarah. What are you going? What are you going? You keep saying you don't care. Maybe those are your diagnosis you have. Are you getting treated for all those different diagnoses? Because I didn't.
Okay, see, that was a pretty big jump. He didn't divorce Sarah, then jump from that was. We're gonna hear that one more time. That was a little bit of a leap.
I don't do. He doesn't have shit on me.
No, not on you. Not on you. Not on you. But you have not divorced Sarah. What are you going? What are you going? You keep saying you don't care. Maybe those are your diagnosis you have. Are you getting?
Well, you know what? Because okay, so that wasn't a leap. Okay, so I misheard that wrong. So, I can simply say, I don't care about what you think, Brooks. I mean, really, I don't. Does that mean I've got some kind of diagnosis? Because I don't care about what you think? Because I don't care about what Purple thinks. But in reality, I don't. Does that mean I got some kind of diagnosis? What does a person's diagnosis have to do with them not caring about anything?
Right.
What does it have to do? I mean, you're putting out misinformation, you're putting out complete bullshit. I can simply say you've got a diagnosis. You know, I can't say that. I can spread that around if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. You know why? Because I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD. I'm not a psychiatrist.
You know, I don't have a piece of paper to wave to everyone that this is his diagnosis, but it has been brought up by him, and there's documents within court records where he wrote a letter to a judge explaining what he has, and whatever it is, and I'm not going to say it here, but whatever they are, don't you think that if they have a disability, no matter if they're receiving money for it or whatever, if they are classified as having a disability, wouldn't you think to read the ADA, perhaps, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and maybe look and see what the definition of exploiting, harassing is, and the ramifications are for people with disabilities? I think that would be a wise choice, because you never know if this might come back to haunt one of you. No matter how you feel and no matter what you think about this suspect.
Yeah.
And how would that affect Michael's case? Could it? Could you sleep at night if that was the case? These kind of things right here, if you were knowledgeable, you wouldn't have these problems. You wouldn't have this issue. But people like Brooks and Purple and all of these other creators, they don't think, they just do. Hope for the best. They're entitled. But one of these days, one of these creators is going to fuck about and find around on a either civil or criminal way. But it ain't going to be me. The more you know.
Was it today, Jeep Girl? Hey, Dixie. Was it from earlier today?
Hey, Jeep.
Let me go look real quick. Okay, I see it. Okay, I got it.
Being treated for all those different diagnoses, because I didn't know
What
about
is your
that.
point you're making? I don't like this. You're making no sense.
No, you have everything figured out. Are you there?
Yeah. Once again, we're still talking about this, but go on.
Take a deep breath.
I'm not mad. Not taking a deep breath. I told you I'm fucking hungry, and you seem to always want to defer around this situation. So.
Well, I'm waiting on Greg to call back, and you get mad at me when I'm talking. I mean, you want to talk about you want to talk about the weather or your face? Okay, and fair enough. No one likes the sound of my voice. I will say this right now. What he did to Justin yesterday, I would call a hate crime.
I would too. That's just nasty.
Justin is
That's
my
all
friend,
she can say.
and
It's just nasty.
he had no right to do that.
Yeah, that's
all she could say. She woke up long enough just to say that. Well, that's all she could say. But nothing. Purple had nothing to say about this entire phone call. I don't even think she understood what was happening. Not at all. Why? Didn't matter. Because this is one of the 4 suspects. So all that mattered really was nothing. It's just one of the 4 suspects. So any creator on here can flirt with the suspect, and Purple ain't gonna care. That's in my opinion. That's just strictly my opinion.
oh, Justin said he don't give a he gets his ass. Yeah, still that's wrong.
Favorite movie or what you want to do this
I
weekend?
don't talk about this much.
Well, what are you going to do when Brandon or Adrian tells them where that duffel bag is?
Okay, they're running. I have no knowledge of it, so and I guarantee you they don't have it. They don't have that. Because I promise you, they would have already found it, Brooks.
Okay, so the big concern with Stacy and with Brandon is the duffel bag.
Right. Now, how is he so sure they're not going to find it, or if they don't already have it?
He said they're not going to find it, or they would have already found it. You know, there are people that are way, way smarter than me.
Me too.
At least they told the truth on that part. I'll give them that much. There are people that are a lot smarter than those two.
But the one thing it seems to be between Stacy and Brandon, I've never spoke to Adrian. What they're concerned about is the duffel bag.
Right.
And why?
Exactly. If it just had clothes in it. Interesting. Very interesting.
I guarantee
Yeah.
they already have it. Guarantee it.
Speculation. Perp did a speculation. She speculated. She did a speculate. No one else is allowed to do that, though. But that's just a rumor, right? Speculation is not based in fact. It's just an opinion or an observation. But it sure did turn into the key evidence that Fruitland PD needs to solve Michael's case. I mean, you would have thought that they had some knowledge that this is what they need. But Fruitland never said that. Police never said that. Nothing has come out to say anything about it. But they ran with this. And you can go and look back at this time frame and the sub grabs and the member grabs and the watch hours that they got during this time was massive. Especially Justin for all. And the lab too.
J Girl wanted to know, did you know about that? Is it even true? Or is it true even? That's what she wanted to know from you, Eve.
Well, I don't like the misleading title. I'm guessing this is PNW. Is that the screenshot you put in the Discord?
Who?
Who else is doing the investigation, Solomon?
Well, see, that's why I ask you, because I don't know. I'm not from this world, okay?
Oh my God, clearly.
Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath because I cannot stand when my friends are
You
upset.
said yes.
Okay?
So,
Okay, he farted in that.
so they did go from the geofencing data. They went to Lake Lowell or Lowell, however you say it. But I have not heard a single thing about an abduction taking place there because it's very misleading. Do you want to pull up the screenshot if that's okay, Ert? Because
Yeah.
it's very confusing. And the
Yeah.
red flags, could you cool it with the red flags? We
Very.
know this whole case is a red flag. It's okay. You don't got to put 60 million of them in the post.
Yeah, just put a couple of them. I mean, damn. You know, a couple would suffice. All right, here's one of them. And here's the second one. Let's cool it.
They misspelled Michael's last name. Get it? Stop it. It gets annoying. Very annoying.
Yeah, y'all
but
are
I
missing,
get it.
Yeah, y'all are missing something there.
So Stacy Wonder, Sarah Wonder, Brandon Shirtlip, Adrian Lucine. Why were the 4 suspects in the Michael Vaughn abduction case at Lake Lowell near Nampa just 2 days after Michael went missing? What were they doing? What did the pictures show on there? Were they fishing? Were they on a boat? How do you know all 4 of them were there? Do you know that? Does law enforcement know that? I'm sure they do. Are they going to tell us? Nope, not unless they need to. How does that Lake Lowell trip become suspicious if there's nothing else, no other context? Were they moving a alleged duffel bag? Were they acting suspicious? Is there footage of them being odd with something? This is just speculation, which is okay. I get it, but it's a real big reach here. I don't see where they're trying to go with this. Just because somebody shows up somewhere that may be suspicious, in other cases you've seen, what are you backing this up with? Besides, they went somewhere. I went to the store today. I went to the store when there was a robbery next door. Does that make me suspicious because I was in the vicinity of a bank robbery?
Yeah, I went to Starbucks. Does that make me suspicious if there was a robbery at the grocery store? Because I was at
I mean,
Starbucks?
come on. This is just everybody, yes, it's tragedy pimping, but it's fear-based. It's alarming. They had to have done something, and speculating in your mind, making people in their mind come up with theories, bullshit, conjecture that has no merit. What were they doing at Lake Lowell that you know of that would help your suspicion claims? Have you talked to them? Have you asked them? No. I have. We went fishing. We went fishing there pretty much every other month. Well, you go look at the Facebook. Damn sure they do. They absolutely do go fishing there with multiple different types of people. This is ridiculous. And again, cool it with the red flags, whoever this is. So, Jeep, no. I don't know what their claim even is. It's just, it's a nothing burger.
I see bullshit. That's just me. And why do you have to put this? What does this have to do with anything? This right here. I mean, really? Come on, the fuck on.
Can you put that back up again? I'm sorry, my screen froze.
It's already. Let me
Sorry.
re-upload it.
My bad. I'm sorry. I can barely read the white.
Let me pull it up in Discord.
Yeah.
Maybe I can see it better.
Yeah, my old eyes can't see that, Sonny. I need my bifocals.
Bond's abduction at Lake Lowell outside of. Okay, I can't see that part. Okay, I can't see that word. Idaho on July 29th and 30th, 2021. Stacy Wandra, Brandon Shirtliff, Adrian. That name is blurry on that part. One question for you. Now it's from a TikTok post.
But it says Vaughn's abduction at Lake Lowell, correct?
Yeah.
And who is this YouTuber?
Haley Gregory.
Haley Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Haley. I don't know if she's watching, but if somebody could maybe pass the message on, perhaps. Fix that. Fix that shit. Because that isn't right. Unless you have some groundbreaking information that there was an abduction at Lake Lowell. I know it was probably a typo or an error of judgment for sure. Fix that shit. Thank you.
Yeah. This is. She's part of a group called Michael Vaughn Case Revisited Discussion since February of 2024. She's a moderator in the group.
Well, Miss Man
Oh,
needs to fix it or
got it.
clarify. You know?
It's in PNW's Facebook. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Precious Chaos.
The same PNW with the whole Q&A trivia. Members, come subscribe. We're going to have trivia on case crimes because that's a good idea.
So, do I need to go through the rest of this? Because this part here, this is where they make fun of him farting, but I don't hear nothing. I don't hear no, farting noises or anything in this. So, do we really need to go over the rest of this?
No. Mm-mm.
I don't think we're done. I think we're through. Let me see. Anything else? No.
So, for those who don't know, the big claim against True Crime with Evil, me, was that I helped Stacey Wonder, the suspect in Michael Vaughn's case, fudge some geodata numbers and locations and times and such, which I did not do. This creator, the creator we were reviewing, was the one that started the drama with that and then never backed it up with any proof that Stacey Wonder told her this. I confronted him, obviously, and he said, no way. Hell no, I didn't. There was an alleged recording that Purple blasted for the world to see with Crime Sleuthing on panel, with the lab on panel, Justin for all, and Jill's crazy ass and somebody else. Oh, scratchy voice. I don't know what the other one is, but it was just me against the world there, and the proof never came. Nothing ever happened. So that's the kind of stuff that happens when you're an actual, in my opinion, legit creator who does not need to lie or manipulate or cause chaos to cover a case. Michael Vaughn's case being a little different because of the drama with, family and Twitter and all of that stuff, but that's neither here nor there. They will ostracize you and pick you out if you're an actual decent creator. If you want to do good things and actually have a good, decent platform, be prepared for the fuck shit. But you can get through it. Might get your husband doxxed and family threatened. Just know how to handle that and don't stop or don't be afraid to call them out. As viewers, especially viewers, call them out. Without you, there's no demand for them, right? So you're the ones that can change it more than a creator calling out other creators could do. The viewers are who can make a change. Keep note of who's in these chats. Spend your energy wisely in these streets.
And please, do your research. It is not that hard to do your research. Seriously. Don't, like I said before, don't rely on Facebook groups as your only source of information. Facebook groups are not 100%. Okay, they're not 100%. Whatever people put in there, always double check. Even if you got to triple check, do it. Don't end up like what this one that we were just reviewing, does. Okay, don't do it. Or you'll end up on this channel right here. Okay? Okay.
Reasonable speculation, totally get. Which is, it gets muddy because some people think reasonable is the most egregious shit in the world. I get that. But best judgment, right? If the speculation you can't prove is just downright disgusting, inappropriate, not based in reality more than likely, don't fucking say it. Just don't. Don't use the excuse that it was said by some rando on Facebook or YouTube. Vet it.
Exactly. I've said it before. I've had a couple of Reddit groups shut down. I've had more than enough Facebook groups shut down, which got me banned, but that's okay. I'm back in them now. I sure am. They lifted it after a year and a half. Bravo to me. Big mistake for Facebook. But that's okay. I'm only part of one. I won't go into any because they're just not useful to me. They're not. I'll keep my research right here and what I look up. That's it. So we're going to end it here. We are done. And what would, oh, look at that. Under 3.5 hours. See, that's pretty
Girl,
good.
look at you doing your thing in under 3.5 hours. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, not 7 hours, not 6 hours, but you know what? Don't think I haven't had a blast with my girls.
You know,
And Eve
you know,
and
I've
Sue.
noticed we has not been on this panel today. Miss me.
I even asked her. I asked her, but I'm happy she's here though. I'm very happy she's here though. Very happy. And can't forget my girl Soup either, because Soup has been on the panel a couple times. So can't forget her either. So happy with my girls. And I love you all. Thank you for showing up and showing out. Thank you to the beautiful
Yes.
and wonderful Duchess. And don't forget, she does have a live scheduled for later in just a couple of hours from now. So I want you guys to go sub up and hit that notification and go show your support to her, please.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And we support you, Art, and we love you. And thank you for having me on panel.
Of
Thank you,
course,
chat, for
anytime.
listening to me drone on. I'm not as grumpy as I seem, I promise.
No, she's not, because I wouldn't have her up here otherwise.
This case does make me have a case of the Mondays, if you will. But I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to clear my side of things and also call out crime, lies, and lies.
Yeah. She's on my shit list now. So I'll be keeping a close eye on her and the shit that she's spewing out with this case. And I got another one too. She's been on my shit list for a little bit. So, yes. So thank you guys for being here. And I will see you guys around these YouTube streets. You guys be safe. Much love. And take care.
Bye.
Bye.